over here. All right, we are back. We're sorry we're late, but we're going to have a freaking amazing show today. Let me tell you what's going on here today. So anyway, let me just start with this. Welcome to Soscast. This is where finance meets romance, okay? On the #1 channel on the planet for entrepreneurs, valuetainment. We're in the house. My name is Adam Sosnick. My friends call me Sos. You know this, Jason, right? Of course. And we're here with a few simple goals in mind. We want to help you entrepreneurs out there, you young men out there, okay? Improve your status, improve your financial status, improve your sexual and relationship status, and win in life. What do we always say, Nat? We want to see you get paid, laid, and do it your way.
I love that.
Boom, special guests on the show today. You've probably seen their faces. You might like, that guy looks super familiar. That hot chick, I kind of know her. Let me explain who's here today. So we got Jason and Cristi Stone. I almost called you Christina, but I didn't want you to feel like you're in trouble. You're not. You're going to have a good time today.
Okay.
So Jason and Cristi Stone, major influencers, major influencer couple. If you're not familiar with their names, which you probably are at this point, you definitely have heard of their Instagram page, The Millionaire Mentor, I think approaching 10 million.
10 million.
Right? On Instagram, what? 10 million followers? It's ridiculous. I almost said subscribers, but 10 million followers right there. You've probably seen this page, Millionaire Mentor. You've seen that logo, 9.9 million. Very close to 10 million right there. It is the massive social media on social.
We got to have a party when we hit 10 million.
Oh my God, we have to.
We should do it on the
The
Soscast.
#1 entrepreneurial lifestyle publication.
And that's just one Instagram. Because if you combine all your Instagrams, you have like 15 million?
Exactly. So if you go to Jason Stone, right, you've got over 1 million. If we click on that in the bio, right?
Yeah, right there in the bio.
Here we go.
1.3 million verified. Okay, boom.
You got the NFT News Global, which is the second biggest NFT page on Instagram.
This is the second biggest NFT. Wow. Okay, so multiple pages. This is an NFT page.
A few other crypto pages.
And then
But give Cristi a shout out. Let's see her page.
Let's go to Cristi.
She ain't no chump change. She's the lovely lady you see in all the pics, the family pics, the vacation pics. But what people don't understand, she's also a boss. She's also a mentor. I know that you mentor a lot of women.
Thousands,
for sure. And you're an entrepreneur yourself.
Yeah.
So you're not just a pretty face. Like
I used to be.
You still are. And then some.
And then
I think
some,
it's fair to say. Right? Anyway, Jason and Cristi, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here on Valuetainment.
Thank you for having us.
Is it really money and romance?
This is where finance and romance
Get paid,
like
get laid, and do it your way. I
Hey,
love that.
I love that.
I love that. Can we cut that up right there?
Says
It's a nice
that.
little clip right there. Anyway, the entire premise of this show is we want to help. Probably 90% of our audiences are men. Shout out to the women out there watching.
Yes.
But they're all, for the most part, entrepreneurs, hustlers, people that want to get better. So our entire premise is we want to give them game. Okay, whether that's money advice, dating advice, relationship advice, life advice. At the end of the episode, at the end of an hour and a half of when we're done, we want them saying, damn, I'm glad I tuned in to watch a Millionaire Mentor, him and his girl do it, like serve some game. That's the entire premise here. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions and make a lot of points, but then you guys are going to tell us, your answers. There's nothing. None of this is scripted. None of this is written out. We're all just doing our thing. So one of the questions, or the main question that we ask couples or people that are on here, is to explain who you guys are, like how you met, your relationship status. You're obviously married, so how long, and how you guys make your money. So, Jason, the age before beauty. So go first. Explain who you guys are, how you met, how you make your money.
Okay, that's 3 questions. I should say the how we met part. That's really long story.
So make it quick.
All right, you want to make it quick?
Yeah, everything's quick. Wham, bam, thank you, man.
All right.
Quickie.
So I'm Jason Stone, 42 years old. Own a marketing agency, own an engineering company, which is Treadstone. We didn't even show that on Instagram. We met through friends at a friend's.
It wasn't Neil, was it?
No.
Neil might have been. No,
Actually, no, it's not Neil.
So we met through a friend's party.
Yeah. Here in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a girlfriend at the time, and we got invited down. We got invited to a birthday party in the Keys, and she had this boom box, just playing this music all the time, and I was just hanging around the music, hanging around her.
Hanging around me.
Yeah, hanging around her for the.
Were you there for the music or the hot chick?
I think the chick.
Yeah, of course. You didn't even like the music.
So it was really, we started out as friends, and we were friends for a while because that's when I was promoting the pool parties.
Yeah.
Time at Neil, and I would actually pick her up to go to the pool party sometimes before even my girlfriend. I'd pick her up and then pick my girlfriend up.
Oh, so you were still dating your girl at the time?
We were
Yeah.
friends. He's 11 years older than me.
we
So
all-
wow.
I saw him and immediately I was attracted, but never in a million years.
11 years age difference.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Never in a
Okay.
million years I would have thought like that. I was a little girl. I was 17 years old. So
Hold
when
on, Jason, 17. You were 18
I was-
at the time.
I was-
Yes. I actually.
Christy,
I
You were
met him.
18.
I met him when I was 17.
No, you were 18.
Okay,
I vividly
okay.
remember you were not underage.
We were in
Wink.
bed. We were in bed,
Freaking wink.
and I'm like, "Are you really 17?" And I'm like, "Are you really 17?"
By the way, local authorities, they are married. they
Oh
have
God,
kids.
yes.
Okay.
But I saw
The point
him.
is, you were not of. You couldn't vote.
No,
You couldn't
I could.
drive.
I was in
You
high
couldn't
school.
drink.
I was in high school.
Wow.
And I
I've
saw
seen-
him,
I've-
and you know what I said when I saw him? I told my friend, I'm like, "Who is that?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, don't worry about him. He's with her." And I said, "That's my husband."
You said this.
I said that as soon as I saw
She
him.
said that.
Did you have hair at the time?
Yeah.
He did.
But he's hotter without hair.
Way hotter.
Okay.
But you guys, all guys, like, you guys age better.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, we're going to talk about
We
that.
get better with age.
We're going to talk about,
Absolutely.
how a man must become great and a woman just kind of sometimes is beautiful. So that, all right. So,
Long story short,
Yeah.
we kissed, and he
Whoa,
broke up
we
with her,
kissed? Wait,
and
wait.
here we are.
That's a short story. I want to go into the little detail.
yeah,
like-
get in
Oh,
there.
God.
This is your
Because
guys'
it's
story.
funny. It's funny. You guys got to hear it. I don't think we've ever put it out there.
Of it.
My girlfriend was had a photo shoot
Mm-hmm.
the day of the pool party, so she was going to go late to the pool party. She ended up not really making it to the pool party, so we were hanging out and went to the beach afterwards, hanging out at the beach. And we were giving each other shots at the beach. I said, "If you give me another shot, I'm going to kiss you." She was like,
Oh, God. Caro, I'm sorry.
Who'd you just apologize to?
my ex-girlfriend.
You know the ex-girlfriend?
So we're friends.
Yeah.
You're still
Wait, what?
friends?
No,
She was giving her
no.
advice about our
Oh my
relationship.
Oh, my God.
They were on. She was
This
asking
is
her.
It's lying.
It's
It's
lying.
lying. He's never shared this
know.
with anyone.
She was giving.
You just
her,
apologized to the girl, but you're not in touch with her.
No. And
Okay.
she wasn't my friend. We just went to high
Gotcha.
school together.
giving her dating advice about a relationship.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
So,
th-
she
so that-
poured your next a shot. Next thing you know,
I think the night we went back to the house.
Yep.
I kidnapped her. She was supposed to get dropped off at her parents. I'm like, I'm just driving home
yeah. How long did you kidnap her for?
the whole night,
The whole weekend.
The whole weekend.
the whole weekend.
Yeah, no, I asked that for a reason because
I couldn't leave.
I get this situation because there was a girl that I was with for a
Now I
long
get
time.
kidnapping underage.
Yeah. Kidnap underage minors.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry.
It's a
But
really long story.
sometimes when you meet a girl and like you're all about that, right? Whether
Yeah.
you end up getting married or end up dating, but like it's on. You know it's on. You're not
We felt that, yeah.
exactly. You're not just gonna have her come over for the night and like, all right, you're out, peace. You're gonna the whole weekend you have her there until like you got like you literally have to leave.
I think I had
No,
I had
I
to
moved
drive
in-
you-
I
had to-
moved in,
I had to
like,
drive you
after
home
4
that
months.
night, though. Well, the cop story.
Oh my God, Jason, we don't.
The cops. My ex-girlfriend came knocking on the door that night,
No way.
and she was there
Okay,
for
so
an
you were still
hour.
together.
Because
You
we
really-
were in the house.
But meaning you were
Af-
still with your ex-girlfriend
Yeah.
when you took
I
Christina
mean,
to her
she
house.
didn't show up because she had a photo shoot,
Right.
and we were just drinking. And that's when I said, that's when he said, "If you give me another shot, I'm gonna kiss you." And I was like, "Okay." And then I didn't leave the house
So
for the weekend.
long story short, we're back at the house.
Yeah.
Kato comes knocking on the door, and we're like, "What the fuck do we do? What do we do?"
Right.
And we're in bed, and
Jay.
and she
Oh
she
my
was
God.
she was knocking on the door for hours, and then she called the cops.
No way.
The cops started knocking on
And
the door.
my dad
There's
blew me
sirens
up.
out. There's
My
all
dad
these
is blowing
lights
me up
outside. We're
all
like, what the
night.
fuck do we do? We're hiding out, not trying to make a noise. We're not here. My phone's blowing up. Her phone's blowing up. No one's answering
You know
the phone.
that the cops are outside.
Yeah, but the
Yes.
cops can't do anything. They
They were
left.
walking all around the house.
She stays there for another hour, knocking on the door. Finally left, and all right, should we go? Should I drop you off? Let's get you out of here at night. Not in the morning.
How long was she knocking on the door for?
I don't know, hours.
Hours.
From like 12 till like 4 a.m.
Wow.
Did she knew you were in the house?
He
or
was
she...
sleeping. She saw the
said I was
car.
sleeping.
a lot of
And-
air quotes going
Yeah.
on.
I was knocked out, and I called
Yeah.
her, and she believed me.
That you were sleeping?
So she just found out just now.
No.
on the podcast.
No. The day after he broke up with her. Yeah.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah.
But I told her I was sleeping.
Oh yeah.
So you broke up with the girl the next day?
Yeah.
Because you know that this was the one?
Yeah.
Did you know that she was the one, or
I
did you
do.
think she was just hotter than the
No,
other girl?
I know she's.
And how did you know?
Because we've been friends for a while, and it was never an awkward moment. We got along. We hung out as friends for a long time.
Got it. So you knew the second you saw him, like, that's my
I
husband.
knew.
You said that.
I knew.
You knew.
I knew.
Okay, and then, but how long were you guys friends
But my
for?
intentions weren't malicious because he did mention that I was giving his girl advice to be with him.
Yeah.
I never in a million years thought that a grown man with a business was gonna see me as a woman because I was 17. Sorry.
18. Christy.
18. I was 18, little girl. So I really was just trying to help them as friends. I was
Yeah.
very honest.
To us,
me and
yeah.
him
Pure
became
intentions.
friends. Obviously, I had the biggest crush, but I don't
Yeah.
think he knew.
All right.
And then, but every time we hung out as friends, it was just so easygoing. As cliche as it sounds, when you know, you know.
That's amazing.
It's just like there's no ifs or what. You just know. You feel it. He felt it. We knew, and it just had to happen.
It was
you
just
know?
so you were 18 at the time.
18.
And you were
20,
29?
29.
32.
No, 29, babe.
You-
Oh no, sorry,
You're
yeah,
11.
1 year older than you, so
Yeah.
29,
11 years older.
29, yeah, 11.
I'm picking up the pieces of the
Yeah,
puzzle
yeah.
here, guys.
Long
We're
story
trying to keep
short,
you out of jail and keep you married at this point.
my parents hated him.
Hated him. Why?
He kidnapped me.
Was that the night I
Literally.
drove you home and
But
you
I
were standing
actually,
outside?
so my parents don't know English. He doesn't know Spanish.
Yeah. You're
So,
what? What's your background?
I'm Peruvian, born and raised.
got
I
it.
came here when I was
Lima.
15. Lima, yes, Lima, Peru. And when because we couldn't be together because of my parents, I told him that my parents were sending me back to Peru, which it was not true. So I told him, I'm like, I'm leaving. We had goodbye sex. Like, I love you. I'm going to miss you. You're the love of my life. And then he's like, maybe you
So
should just move in
manipulative.
with me. And I was like, okay.
What? Was the Peru story true?
No.
You just bullshitted your way to the top? What happened there?
I loved him. And my dad was like, he's going to use you and leave you. I'm like, Papi, I love him. Let me get heartbroken. I love him. I know what I'm doing.
Wow.
Oh, now he's the favorite. I'm like my parents are obsessed with him.
So
You're
yeah,
right.
at what point did it transition to like, all right, I like this guy?
My parents didn't speak
Me
to me for
gusta.
6 months. For 6 months.
That
Because
sounds-
you were dating him?
Because I moved
Your
in with
parents
him.
wouldn't speak with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
had
So
to
when
make-
they look at you now, you've been married for
Oh no, I'm
10
telling
years?
you,
How
I'm
long you guys been married?
14
14 years. You have 2 kids together, right? Age, what do you say, 11?
and 6.
And 6.
Boy and girl, yeah.
So like, you guys have the last laugh here. Meaning,
Well, yeah.
whether it's the girlfriend, where it's the freaking cops at the door, whether it's freaking Poppy, whether it's the family in Lima, that's like, you're coming home.
No,
You're
they're
like,
they're
"It worked."
obsessed with him. It worked, yeah.
Okay. So are you kind of like, I told you so?
Not,
Like,
not really. I feel like we had everything against us. Even the group of friends that we had, we kind of broke up the whole group because obviously they were going towards the girl, and I totally understand.
Yeah.
It was like everybody, all of our group of friends were against us. You guys are never gonna last. He's gonna use you. He's not gonna take you seriously. You're too young. He's too this. You're too that. But we knew, and it's not that now we feel like, oh, like, screw you guys, like we made it.
Yeah.
It's like we want to inspire and showcase that when you know, and if you work hard for someone that you love, you can achieve anything you want.
Now, was it the fact that you're like, all right, I'm attracted to him? All right, that's one part of the equation. Is it like he's older, he's wiser, he's successful, he's got a business? Like, if you can kind of put...
She first asked if I had a brother
And then I asked if you
because-
had friends.
when I was with the girl,
Smart.
my girlfriend.
But what was it that attracted you? Meaning it was more than just looks.
You know
Was it
what's-
status?
you know
Was it the
what's
fact
funny?
that he had a lot going for him? You said that he had a business. So what was it that created that connection?
You know what's funny? When I was little, I really believe in manifestation, the law of manifestation. And when I was little, when I was 5 years old, I have 27 cousins on my mom's side. And my grandma had a restaurant. They all had to clean and cook. And they would always tell me, like, Christy, come clean, come cook. And me at 5 years old, I'm like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, you're never going to be able to take care of a man. And you know what I told them? I'm
What?
like, I'm going to move to America. I'm going to learn English. I'm going to get a gringo, which is a white guy.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be
From one gringo who dates Latinas to another. I get it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a millionaire and I'm gonna have a maid and I'm never gonna have to clean and cook. And I don't say that in a bad way, but that was really, I had a list and I really believed it to my core. It wasn't me dreaming. It wasn't me like making a plan. It was just me, a little girl, like, this is what I'm gonna do. And when I saw him, before I even knew, because I thought he was Cuban, before I even knew that he was American or that he was successful, I just saw him and just his body language, the confidence, the body, the looks, obviously.
Yeah.
I just said, I said it joking, that's my husband, but I was so attracted to him.
But there was some truth in the joke. So what is it that compels a 5-year-old little girl in Lima, Peru? You're 5 years old. When your family, your 27,000 cousins, whatever the number is.
Very humble
when
beginnings.
When they're like, come clean, you're like, no, I'm destined to move to America to find a gringo
I'm gonna have a boy and a girl.
To have a
I'm
family,
gonna have a maid.
millionaire, never cooking and cleaning. Why did you have such confidence at 5 years old?
As funny as it sounds, I was the only cousin that had cable, and I had Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. And I remember seeing the lifestyle on the shows, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, like seeing the commercials and seeing the lifestyle in America. So my mind expanded, and I'm like, that's what I want, and I'm gonna get it. I don't know how. I'm never worried about the how. I just believe in something, and I know that I can achieve anything. Because anything you want is out there. You just have to obviously put yourself out there, believe it, and work for it. But you have to believe that you're able to get whatever you want.
Hearing all this,
he thought it was crazy.
Yeah, did you have this much clarity at a young age? Where you're like, yo, I'm promoting pool parties, eating chicken wings, doing other things, and she's just a hot, spicy Latina. Let's just get this party started. Like, did you have the clarity that she had? Or you're the typical guy that's like, all right, I don't know, we'll kind of figure it out.
Definitely not. I didn't even believe in that voodoo witchcraft manifestation stuff. Now I do. Yeah, a lot of personal development along the way, but
okay.
Back then,
wow.
I'm like, you gotta work for it. That's not gonna happen if you don't.
And by the way,
he
would pull like girls, like models, like he was out there and I would see him with all these girls, and I was just like, nobody. But it was how comfortable I think he felt with me as a friend, that he could just open up to me and tell me everything and be himself. And
was it attractive? Were you more attracted to him? Be honest. Were you more attracted to him because so many girls were around him and surrounding him at the pool parties that you're like, damn, this guy pulls chicks. If I can be one of these girls one day.
I was also a promoter.
Okay.
So I was around a lot of guys just like that, like him.
Yeah.
It was just him. Like he was obviously good looking, but the friendship that we had was just so comfortable.
It started, we were for months friends, and we were also friends with benefits. Even after we broke up with my girlfriend, we didn't really make it official. How much longer?
Till I don't know. Till I moved in. I had to lie to my parents.
Even when you moved in, you were seeing guys when you moved in my house, and I was going out, and I was still seeing other girls. Like
one day he broke up with me. He's like, I need you to move out, and I was like, I'm not
because
leaving.
she was doing her own thing. She was still, getting picked up with guys at my house. I'm like, this is not a hotel.
I was very young.
Hold on, she was living with you. You guys were dating, banging, whatever.
We didn't make it official.
But she'd still be going out with other guys.
Yeah.
How did you accept that?
It was like, let's smoke. We're going to smoke with my friend or something like that. And
it wasn't me dating. I just had.
Yeah, it wasn't dating.
Okay, gotcha.
She wasn't dating. I wasn't dating either. But we
had friends.
I would go meet different girls at different parties and go to dinners, and she'd be doing her own thing still, and we were just living together. I brought her in because I just wanted to save her from being going to Peru.
Captain Savo.
Because we were still friends.
But that's the thing. You guys love to save girls.
We were still friends at the time.
We got the Superman complex.
I love that.
Anyway, have you guys ever told that story on a podcast live?
Never live, no.
Absolutely not.
Okay, amazing.
Nice.
Let's pull up chat. By the way, we're going to be answering your super chat questions throughout the episode.
I see all the
Throw them
comments.
on there.
Cool.
We got Jason Stone, Cristi Stone, millionaire mentor, influencer couple in the house. They're going to be answering your questions. Don't pay attention to the comments. Some are nice.
I'm like
some are not nice. Don't worry about them.
them.
Natalia will manage that.
Got you guys.
But we will certainly answer your guys' questions when you're having one. Anyway,
Can you pass my water?
with that being said, there's water. Yeah, you stole her water.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some topics. Let's have a good time. So, this concept of being an influencer, right? You guys are influencers. So, what's nuts is you guys have kids, so you're probably familiar with this. Is that every kid wants to be an influencer these days. Wild stat. Bloomberg just did a report. Apparently 98% of kids, right, in between 6 and 12,
Wow.
when they grow up, they want to be influencers. 98%, okay? So when I was growing up, it was doctors, lawyers, astronauts, athletes, whatever it is, president. Now, basically 98% of kids are basically saying, give me TikTok or give me death. Like, I'm out of this thing. So you guys are in real life actual influencers. You have kids that I assume have social media profiles at this point.
Oh, yeah.
So my question is, do you want your kids to be influencers when they grow up?
Yeah, absolutely. I want them not to be the so-called influencer. I want them to have a social media. I want them to put themselves out there and build their personal brand. And if it leads to them influencing somebody to buy a service or product, so be it. I just want them to actually have a social media, be active on social media, in case you never know what can happen. Because followers, maybe Jaden wants to promote something and showcase what he's doing, maybe in jiu-jitsu, or he started this cool candy business. Maybe that business could lead to another business that he'll eventually be able to promote to his followers. So it's not I want him to be an influencer. I just want him to be active on social media.
Gotcha.
And
So
Brielle does the same thing with her TikToks.
I want the kids to do whatever they want to do, believe it or not, because we've always been recording them since they were babies.
Yeah.
And we're all about, recording and creating content, and they're used to that, and they know that it's worked for mommy and daddy. But my son doesn't want to be an influencer.
Yeah, try to get them to
he
make
has a
NFT
TikTok,
videos.
and his TikTok is not. He used to when he was little show face, but now it's all edits that he does. He loves editing videos. He loves.
Got it.
The same thing with my daughter Brielle. She loves the attention, but at the same time now she's posting more edits. They're already more like, for example, Jaden wants to be an actor. Brielle wants to be a singer. So they're not like, I want to be an influencer, because they see our work, and to them is not something that they look forward
Yeah,
to.
they're a little young to.
But they're 11 and 8.
No, I think they know what they want. I think they see us doing it, so it's not something that they.
Yeah.
I feel like people that are not around influencers, they look up to it, but they don't really see the work behind the scenes.
job, yeah.
Exactly. How many times I tell them like, "Wait, that was funny. Go back and do it again for me to record it," or like, "No,
Yeah.
wait, Jaden, do it again. You did that." And I've been doing that to them since they were little, and they know it's work, and
they're good actors at recreating what they just
but
did.
it's not something that like, oh, I already do that at home. I don't want to do that after school. Or, like actually Jaden gets embarrassed when his friends Google us.
Yeah.
And his friends go like, "Oh my God, we Googled your parents," and Jaden's like, "No, like
They're just normal
it's just
people.
like yeah,
They're
like the
from
way
Lima,
that
Peru. They just grew up in humble beginnings. No big deal.
the way you just edified him and you
Yeah.
showed his Instagram to me, I'm looking at him and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's just my husband," like,
Yeah.
which is amazing, but it's just us.
So go deeper on like the benefits of the kids having social media at such a young age. What do you see as the benefits?
I mean, besides the fact that they get free clothes and they've gotten, all the PR packaging since they were little for content and stuff, the benefits, they're very, very confident. But I think that's also the way they were raised. I'm really big with affirmations, and we took parenting classes and we're present parents, which that's amazing. But at the same time, to them, it's really uncomfortable when we go on a trip and people want like, "Hey, Jay, hey, Christy, pictures." They do get a little shy and they do want their privacy,
Have you seen like anything out there? There's going to be good and bad.
Of course.
Okay. It's whether you watch television, play video games, play sports, there's always going to be good things and bad things. So I'm never going to knock social media. The reason that I even know you guys is because of social media. But I feel like at such a young age, I'm not even talking about your kids, there has to be some consequences and some issues that come up with kids having social media. In your guys' experience, what's sort of the downside of kids, whether it's, aged 8, 10, 12, 15, being on social media, like literally on social media or even watching social media? What do you think the downside is?
They see everything that we do. We can't play hooky from school until the kids are sick and go on vacation. Or, I don't know, I can't talk about Jaden's candy business because all the teachers follow us.
Yeah.
They might shut them down.
I think
that's just superficial. But privacy, maybe they don't want to be put out there.
Yeah. Because I mean, think about it. When we were growing up, we're a similar age, dude. We barely had beepers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had
Okay.
beepers.
You had beeper. Like that was like, if you want to get in touch with me, beat me, right? Then it turned into a cell phone, right? Well, like a BlackBerry, or even before that, a Razor, whatever the hell it was. Then became an iPhone, and then with an iPhone, you could start FaceTiming people, and then all of a sudden, privacy. Okay, and then Facebook started showing up. All right, I'm going to elect to put my stuff out there, and then it's like, all right. Even before Facebook, you had Friendster or MySpace. All right, it was a conscious, like, I have to register this. Then it's like, all right, social media, so-called, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube out there, and then less and less and less privacy in your life. So now you're talking about your kids. They've had a social media profile since the day where they were born. Even PBD, his kids, boom, they assigned them social media profiles at birth. I'm just wondering, I don't have kids. As a parent, there must be some like talks you need to have to say, this isn't real life. There's filters out there. Don't believe that. That was probably edited. You probably have to like teach them other things that we didn't have to learn as a kid.
I
this?
was just gonna say that I think is the dopamine that they get on the daily, because even my daughter, you know, she's 6 and she'll be like, Mommy, I got 5 new followers today. So to them, that at such a young age is like, that's the dopamine, that's me being accepted, that's me being liked, or my friend said this about my content. And so I'm always trying to explain to them that that is not real, that all what matters is what you think about yourself and how do you feel. How did you feel creating that TikTok? Did you have fun? Who cares if you don't get, you know, the 20 likes that you're expecting or whatever? You know, it's like, who did you have fun? Did you enjoy it? Are you loving it?
Right.
And then, so I'm really, really, I don't want to say strict, because they do love their gadgets, but I'm very careful that we do have that present time.
Yeah.
And, you know, we always remind them that we're a team and we have dinner together. And one thing that I do love is that they share absolutely everything with us. Like, to them, we're their friends. The same way that today I told them, I'm like, guys, I'm going to a podcast, you know, so I do it and I share my stuff with them that I'm excited, so they feel comfortable doing it as well. Because there's a lot of things that, I mean, not in our case, but a lot of kids do get cyberbullied and do compare themselves. And when they don't have a friend or someone to look up to, or someone that's in this type of world, in the scene, they get depressed and they feel like they're not worth anything. And that's why they want to be influencers when they grow up. But because, you know, the kids have seen us and our work ethic and what it really takes to have the freedom that we have, we do make sure that we enjoy that present time with them. And that is why Mommy and Daddy work so hard through our phones, and we have to recreate that content a million times so we can be able to be present.
When you guys are having like dinner, major influencer, kids are influencers. Is there like, all right, everybody, phones down.
Exactly.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
put it
absolutely.
together, turn it off.
Absolutely.
It's family time.
There's
Absolutely.
times like, you know, we're getting stricter and stricter with how much time they can spend on their phones. Like Jaden now, he's got to come home from school. He's got to take an hour off to do his homework, read some pages of a book, have this certain amount of phone time. We got dinner time. Phones go away at the dinner table. Even after, we play some card games, some board games. Phones maybe for a little bit, even before bed. Like it's not like they have social media and they're on their phones and gadgets like all the time. Yeah, you got definitely.
But how do you control it when it's like, all right, good night, lights out. He's 11. He's gonna be 12.
Oh, no.
soon.
I take their gadgets at night.
Gadgets are done.
The gadgets are done.
At what age are they going to say, look, Mom, I'm 15 years old. Go gadget yourself away from me. Like, how are you going to work?
You know what?
Not living under my roof.
Yet, Jaden, if you're watching.
We're not there yet. They're so innocent, too. I think the way, you know, obviously it does go down the way that they were raised.
Yeah.
Like I said, we did take parenting classes, and I was very intentional because I come from a lot of abuse growing up in Peru. So I wanted to be the best mom that I could be. So I'm very, very intentional with how I raise them and how the communication that we have. Now that I'm their friend, they know that I'm their mom and I respect them, but they do trust me and they do listen to us.
Gotcha.
So gadgets are off, we pray, and I ask them at dinner once a week, what did you fail at this week? What did you fail at this week? Because you want them to fail. I had such a negative relationship with failure growing up, and I was terrified of trying anything. But I want them to fail at something every week. Did you try something? Did you do something? And they're always trying new things.
What can you improve on? What could you do better? What do you think you need to?
That's so crucial, especially for kids. You know, kids, they go through a lot of bullying, and I can imagine having influencer parents, those comments. Like, I think like that mental toughness that you guys teach kids, especially right now with criticism so high, like the value of that, they may not see it now, but they'll shape into that, you know?
Absolutely.
And I think it's great. They can even visually see like even you guys as parents, like innovate and grow, because I think, you know, seeing like hearing your story coming from a different type of family and lifestyle, you know, to the parent you are today, you know, they get to see the difference like, wow, you know, mommy used to do this at the dinner table. Daddy used to say this at the dinner table. And I think, you know, those are really moments that a lot of families today, like, they don't have a chance to do that.
Absolutely.
People just buy McDonald's and then they go and they're like, all right,
I
eat
never
dinner.
had that. Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
like, and I can feel like that's important for you guys, especially for being influencers. So I think it's really important that like people understand, like, it's really important to like put an effort into your kids that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We have a video right here. I want to kind of get
Yeah.
a sneak peek into
Uh-oh.
a day in the life of an
Yes.
influencer. We're going to transition from the influencer stuff in a second. But here's this video. I think we can play the audio as well.
Yes.
Go
Where
back
did it
to
go?
the...
I gotta put it. It went away, but it's right here. I think it's this one.
Next video. I think it's the fourth one. You know that picture?
Yes.
Of course you know that. The
This
fourth one. All
There
right.
it is.
Before she hits play, producers, make sure that we got the audio
Sound.
on. Okay.
I'm good.
That was an influencer gig.
I love this. This is a. Let me zoom in for our audience.
Are you sure it's not the boat?
I think this is the boat.
I know
Ready?
that's not the boat. Or maybe, I don't
Luxury
know.
yacht.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
I know you care. Bring it over to my bed. You don't know what you do. Your body like speaks to me.
All right, we turn the music off. All right. Oh, because yeah, we don't want to get any copyright. Anyway, so the day in the life of an influencer, right? So this is planned, this is staged, this is real. You know the guy with the boat that you exchanged it for like currency as a favor, barter. We want to do a photo shoot. Like, give us a little glimpse into your life that day, would you?
That day, I think they needed content for to sell their yacht. They rent out the yacht. We met the owner of the yacht, and they work with different yacht brokerages to rent out their yacht, and they're just trying to make it a little bit higher caliber, have some promo videos on their website. So when you're renting something out, you kind of visualize what your life is going to be like on the yacht. It's going to look funner. It's going to look cooler. You get champagne, strawberries, jet ski, surfing, whatever comes in the yacht. It's just a way to spruce up the sales.
So they approached you. They said, listen, we're looking to
We get a
monetize
lot of,
our yacht business. We need you guys to come on here,
Yeah.
shoot some content.
Yeah.
We're going to compensate you for your time, yacht, jet skis,
Yeah.
fun, sun.
Yeah.
Just bring your hot wife. You're like, all right, sign me up.
No.
dog.
Actually, that's what I was gonna say
Yeah.
because he's so busy, they can't get to him.
Okay.
So people reach out to me.
Ah.
I make all the deals when it comes to like those type of trips and that type of content.
Okay, girl.
Yeah, you're making the deal.
The thing with him, he's very easygoing. So I don't have to like ask him like, hey, are you down to do this? We wake up and I'm like, Jay, we're going on a boat today. Jay, we're going on a, I don't know, private jet. Jay, we're going on to the Bahamas. Remember when we went to Bahamas to do a real estate video?
Oh, yeah.
And he's always like, okay. So I don't really have to ask him. People come to me because he's so busy when it comes to that type of lifestyle content, because he's more into the Millionaire Mentor, which you have to tell that story how you started that Millionaire Mentor. But he's more into like the advertising. When it comes to lifestyle, people come to me.
You like to do it too.
I do. I enjoy it. I think that my brand is more lifestyle. And he started Millionaire Mentor, and his brand is more like advertising for other companies.
Yeah, no, we're going to definitely touch on Millionaire Mentor. Believe me.
Yeah.
Last question in this topic right here. In your opinion, what's more important, right? Power, influence, or money? Those are
Money.
three different things. You're saying money. You didn't even miss a beat. You said money.
Yeah, I like it.
Because with money,
You
you
get the
will get
power.
power. Then you get the respect. Then you get the girls. Then you get whatever.
What
Everything
girls?
comes after
That
money.
sounds like a Lil Kim Locks video right here. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the
bitches.
respect, and the bitches. So from your
That's from
perspective,
Scarface.
that's true.
I
That
would
is true.
say I do believe that with the money you do get the respect, which is going to give you the influence, but I do believe is the influence. What kind of value are you giving? Obviously, when I was younger and I didn't have much, I always thought it was money, money, money. I feel like people think and swear that once they get the money, that's it. Like, I'll be happy when, when I get this, I'll be happy. But then when you have influence and you're able to inspire and give value and share your story and help people and actually make an impact, to me, that's more fulfilling than money, because I've gotten the money. I have the money.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to, be the happiest of my life when I had the money, and I wasn't. But when I have influence on someone and I give them value and I know that I'm genuinely changing lives and having a positive impact in someone's lives, that's fulfilling.
More fulfilling than
Absolutely.
making money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can appreciate that.
Success without fulfillment is failure. So obviously you got to love what you do. You got to be passionate about what you do. But like, if you want to get respect, you have to do something worth respecting.
Absolutely.
Right.
Accomplish something, make some money, build a business, make an impact, serve the people.
Yeah.
So it all starts with money. At the end of the day, people like to sugarcoat it. Make some money, do something worth respecting. Everything will come after that.
Make some money, people.
Make some money.
Save that money.
Save that money. Thank you, Jay. By the way, can we do a poll out there? What we think
Yes.
what do you think is more important? Power, influence, or money? Can we do 3 things?
No.
Okay, so put that out there real quick. And then we'll get into the next topic, Nat.
Yes.
Well, I'm actually, maybe do that. Give that a second. So you're going to pull something up. We'll pull that up in a sec. Let's have a conversation about marriage, right? We'll talk about money in a second and how Millionaire Mentor came to be. But you guys have been married for, you said 14 years?
14 years.
Okay. So Nat, Jason recently posted on Instagram, I believe yesterday, I want to say, and he says, having a real one by your side is just something money can't buy, okay? And just to be clear, Cristi, he did tag you on this thing, okay? Wasn't a random post. So he did tag you
I
on this.
reposted, because we posted that on Millionaire Mentor, I reposted on my personal stories.
You don't tell me, brother. Tell her.
No, I know.
She actually reposted what I reposted, so she knows.
All right. So I saw that, and then it reminded me of another post that the one and only LeBron James, when he became a billionaire a few months ago, said basically about his wife. And if you can scroll in, he says, quick letter to my queen, simply letting you know that I appreciate you more than this world has to offer. And he goes on to basically singing her praises, but all these things happen because of you. Where I would be today without you, to think of myself quite often, the answer usually comes back to not even close to where I would have been in this life. This is my appreciation post to you, my queen. All I need in this life of sin is me and my girlfriend, aka my best friend, aka my wife. Love, the king, LeBron James.
That's amazing.
Beautiful stuff, celebrating your wife, celebrating your queen. But what is getting a bad rep these days is the concept of marriage. Let me break that down. So the reality is a lot of young people are basically delaying marriage, or maybe just saying, I don't know if this marriage thing is for me. A lot of successful guys, a lot of guys in the manosphere red pill community are basically saying, yeah, I'm not into this marriage thing whatsoever, especially getting the government involved in your life. That's going to happen. Divorce rates are significantly high. I think first marriages, divorce rates are 41 to 49%. You see different stats out there. But then as you get married a second time, it goes up to 60%. Third marriages fail 72%. So the more and more you try marriage, the more and more you fail. And then a lot of people are dodging the bullet, saying, look, I don't know if this marriage thing is for me. I was in a relationship for 5 years, on again, off again, up, down, left, right. Eventually we didn't say, all right, we're going to do this. But I guarantee you, I just wasn't ready to get married. And we'd probably be divorced. You should probably have half my shit by now. But life's good. I got money and single, and we're having a good time. So with that being said, you guys have a very successful, loving marriage, or at least that's what we'd see on Instagram, right? At least from what we know. So in your guys' opinion, what do you think is the secret to a loving, happy, successful marriage?
I believe that, when I was younger, and from where I come from, my parents fighting, they're divorced now, but fighting and a lot of violence, a lot of screaming, verbally abuse. I was also terrified of that, right? And I remember when I was a little girl, I promised myself I'm never going to depend on a man because I don't want to fight for money like I've seen my whole family do forever. So when I started dating Jason, and he was the provider for a long time, and I was, taking care of the family, it was perfect. It was amazing. I was home.
Fall off.
Yeah.
You're good?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Stay-at-home mom, chilling. But I knew I wanted to do more. So then when I started my business and it was time for me to step into my masculine energy and for him to step into his feminine energy, it was hard.
Hold on. What is that? What does that mean?
In the sense that he was okay. So
even Jason's like, hold.
No, but it's true because a lot of people don't do that. Everybody has both.
Okay.
And me as a woman, I love being a woman. I want to be praised and admired and loved and taken care of, and for him to provide. I love that, right? But I feel like in the generation that we're in right now, women are making money, which is amazing, and they're achieving so many things, but that comes with a level of aggression.
Yeah.
Like, I had to become aggressive in my business just to prove myself. Like, yes, he's my husband, but I'm not just Jason's wife. Like, I'm Cristi Stone. I want to start my own thing. And a lot of girls don't allow themselves to be feminine in the sense that they come with a lot of aggression, which turns the men off. Mm-hmm. Because the same way that, yes, I have to step into my masculine to prove myself, you guys need to let her be, in a sense. So when I started my business, it was a little hard for him and for me, myself.
Because you guys were already married when you started your business?
Yes. No, way later. I had kids already.
Gotcha.
I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time.
3 or 4 years ago.
But we both had to come to the agreement that we love each other. Things are changing. Like, I'm working now, and sometimes you're gonna have to make dinner, and it's okay. But one thing about us is that we always put our relationship first. And one thing that we've said since we were boyfriend and girlfriend is that no matter what happens, we're a team. So if there's a problem with him, I'm not gonna go against the problem without him. Or if there's a problem with me, issue with me at work or whatever, it's not him against my problem. We're a team, so it's whatever the issue is, we are a team, and we're gonna go against that issue. If he's a little too stressed with work, I'm gonna take on some extra things in the house so he can do his thing, right? And it's just really accepting who the other person is instead of trying to change them, and reminding yourself on the daily that your relationship, if you love each other, should come first, and that you guys are a team.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So one thing I definitely want to touch on is the fact that you're like, I had to step into my masculine energy in order to start your business.
Yeah.
Right. And then you were like, Jason had to step into his feminine energy to accept the fact that I was starting a business and he had to kind of be more of the family man. So like, when you're hearing that, you're not a feminine dude at all. You're like,
that's not what it means. That's not what it means.
A lot of people take that the wrong way.
I want to know what you meant.
People take that the wrong way.
Yes.
They think that I have to be feminine and like.
No.
No. It's about like what we do as a family, as a unit, and what hats she wears in the relationship and what hats I wear.
Absolutely.
And then when she was consumed and busy and working, I had to wear more hats that she did. The kids, taking care of the kids more, feeding, driving to school, the doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, when I wasn't used to really doing a lot of those things. So,
and the same thing with me. I wasn't used to paying bills or doing certain things.
I don't pay bills. Get out of here.
Right. So, no, I generally want to understand this because it's some of the stuff we talk about. But
you pay your credit card bills with all that shopping.
We're revealing some stuff here. But for you, was it challenging to be like, hold on? I met you. You were 17. I was a man. I was doing business. Like, I paid the bills. You lived with me. I'm gonna shift you off to Lima. Like, we did our thing. Joking, but like, I've been doing this so long. Now you want me to wear different hats in the relationship?
So I got really busy, and I don't have time to do all these things that she expects me to start doing now. And we still have arguments about that now.
Yeah,
about being a
better parent. Eventually, like. Walk me. You said this like 3-4 years ago.
So much better. Like you've gotten so much better when it comes to doing things that Like I said, it's really understanding.
He's
like
better
you said,
now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But what I want to understand is 3-4 years ago when you were having these initial conversations.
Because I was working a lot.
He's in his late 30s at that point. You're in your, mid 20s at that point, whatever it is. And you're like, I don't want to just be the stay-at-home wife anymore. I want to have a business, so I'm going to need you to do more stuff that I typically do. Mm-hmm. Where you're like, whoa,
but
baby girl, hold on.
The issue was that I didn't tell him.
What's that?
I didn't communicate that with him.
Oh, she just expected it, and
you know what I mean?
Expectations a killer of all joy.
Like, hey, babe, I'm working now, so I need help here, and there. It wasn't
I'm
like
you
that.
better hire a nanny.
It was like,
and
hello.
We did hire a nanny.
Oh, sorry. I was more like, hello, don't you see me working? It came with aggression. That's what I meant. And because I was finally making money, I was like, no, like I deserve this. Like, you need to do this rather than communicating. And it took a lot of work for us to understand, like I told you, that we're a team.
Yeah.
And once you understand who wears what hat and we're both okay with it, then everything changes.
So if you could go back in time when you were starting a business, because I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you said you wanted to be an entrepreneur. You wanted to not just be like a stay-at-home wife. You wanted to make your own money. If you could go back in time 3-4 years ago, what would you have been better at communicating with him? What would you have said?
Definitely just explaining to him and letting him know that I needed to do this for me. Because it definitely wasn't the money. Everyone thought, you know, she lives a dream. She's home. She's married to Jason. She shops whenever she wants. She has the car that she wants, whatever.
Shops.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to stop.
Oh my God. The amount of shit that you've been ordering lately, it's unbelievable.
Focus. Okay, so the point is that it wasn't for me the money. Like, I wasn't chasing.
You said you did this for you.
I did this for me.
Break that down. What were you doing for yourself?
I needed to prove myself that I could do something on my own. Remember how I told you that when I was little, I promised myself that I was never going to depend on a man?
Yeah.
Fast forward to me being 27 years old, stay-at-home mom, depending on a man, which it was amazing. He's been a great provider, but it was more personal. And I always knew that I wanted to help people one way or another. And the fact that my business allows me to mentor women and change lives and make money, it was just a no-brainer. So I wish I would have communicated, to answer your question, I wish I would have communicated with him, look, I'm doing this for me, for us, for our future, but I'm going to need a little more help in this area.
But I appreciate what you're saying. It wasn't about the money. It was like, I need to be able to show that I am capable of doing stuff.
And that is why it became with a lot of aggression, because that's what I was used to. And I feel like a lot of women, not just me, you know, in this time and age, they want to prove themselves, you know, like they're making money. And you can make money doing literally anything. OnlyFans, toes pictures, like there's so much.
I love how those are the two examples of making money.
I mean, literally anything.
You have so many different options of making money.
Literally,
OnlyFans,
you
toe
can
selling pictures of
thigh
your feet.
pictures, possibly
literally
leg
you
pictures.
can sell absolutely anything online.
Yes.
You can make money anyway, right? But it comes with aggression, and they feel entitled. And so that when they get in a relationship, and even though both parties can be very successful, I feel like women are not ready to be submissive and be taken care of, and you know, allow themselves to be a woman. And being a woman is your power. I don't want to grind all day. I don't want to hustle all day. I'm a creator. I want to create my reality.
So your story is basically you kind of did it like backwards. You
I
were
did it
able to be
absolutely.
a submissive
I
wife
did it
first,
backwards.
and then at that point expand into like your specialties.
I feel no, it's actually the other way around. I wasn't submissive at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. And then when I started working, I became even more like, oh, look at what I'm doing now, right? And then I understood. I'm like, okay, now I'm making money and I'm helping people and it's great, and I have the money and everything I want, but what about my relationship? Like, that's most importantly, because I sacrificed a lot of time with my family when I started my business. And I kind of started like losing myself a bit in like who really is Cristi Stone without all of this title and fame or whatever. And then I realized something, no, this is what I love. My family, the impact that we have on others, the team that we are, our kids. So now I'm understanding more to be more submissive and allow him to be a man and, you know, be a provider and treat me right and allow myself to be in my divine feminine power.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
So, Jason, you're a pretty chill dude, right? Like,
oh, he's so easygoing.
He's very easygoing.
Yeah, very. Thank God.
But as the provider, as the man, the guy who was successful, when stay-at-home mom over here, who's never really had to work too much, from what I understand, mostly raising the kids, being a good wife, is basically saying, hey, boss, El Jefe, we're going to need you to do more feminine energy type stuff. Do more, carry more, wear more hats. Initially, we were like, I don't know about all that. Like, how did you process that initially, and what are your thoughts on it now?
I stopped doing my lashes, my nails. I stopped
hired a nanny. I'm like, I'm not going to do these stuff. I'm like, we can pay someone to do these things.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to be a better father. You need to do these things like I used to do these things. I'm like, my dad didn't do that. Like, why should I? So, I mean, it was also generational.
You had some pushback.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like you're like, okay, girl, let's do that. Like, you're like, I don't know about all that. Because as a man, you want to be like, all right, I'm just going to hire the maid, hire a nanny.
And,
like,
and on my
I'm good.
end, because my dad didn't do that either,
Yeah.
I wanted that for my kids.
Ah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So it was like changing those generational courses. Like, okay, you didn't have a parent like that. I didn't either. So let's be that for them. If I'm not able to be there 120%, I'm gonna need you to do the other half.
Interesting.
So it's mostly about quality time. Like
Yeah.
5 love languages.
Yeah.
Quality time for her is right up there.
Nice.
Like quality time with her, quality time with the kids is one of the most important things.
I have all 5.
Aside from the gift giving part of the 5 love
I'm like,
languages.
I have all
She's
5
in the
love
gift.
languages.
Yeah.
Who's the CEO of your guys' relationship? Who's the boss? Hold on. You both raised your hands. You both raised your
who's
hands.
the boss?
She's the boss.
And the family
She's the boss?
and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
What does that entail for
'Cause
you?
I
Like
am.
boss? Is it like what is that in your family dynamic? What is that?
I think it's like it's just a cliche statement.
Like is she?
Are
in
you
charge?
basically saying happy wife, happy life?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You're giving it to her?
Yeah.
But
But
all
I'm
right,
I'm fair. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I push back a little bit?
Yeah.
The reason that Cristi Stone is Cristi Stone is because she married Jason Stone. I get that you're doing well now, but wouldn't it be fair to say that you're the boss? You make the money, you have the status, you bring in the income. I'm not married. I can't really say this, but like when I said who's the boss, her hand went up first.
It's funny because
then your hand kind of went up,
like
and then you kind of did like a little red ring thing.
it's funny because
are
the
you
kids
really the
say,
boss, but you don't want to say
Yeah,
her? You
yeah,
want to kind of
yeah.
make her think she's the boss?
reverse psychology, you know?
yeah, okay.
But do you think it's better for your relationship
For me to be the boss?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Why?
Number one, I'm a woman.
But most women are not the boss.
I believe they are in a family. There's no happy families without the mom being like the everything. If the mom's not happy, the kids
Yeah.
are not happy, the husband's not happy.
Well, some may call that, like Natalia talks about this all the time, that her dad is the CEO,
Yes.
but the mom is the COO. She's operating, she's making things happen.
I like
Yeah.
that.
But dad's the CEO.
Yeah,
I'm the
like, he's
CEO of,
very good.
all the
Yeah.
companies in the
Okay,
family, but
there
you're
you
the
go.
chief operating officer
I
of
I
this
make
family. I
all
like
decisions,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
So
I
but-
make all the plans, all decisions, and he never says
I just
no.
make sure
You're the
everything
family
is
dynamic.
attached
I'm like-
technically in the back, and I make sure the passports are there. I get the flights, I book the hotels, I do this and then that. But you know,
So you
she's
know how
like,
they say, like, who wears the pants in the family?
I don't wear the pants. I let my
Okay.
man be a man.
All right.
He's the man. Like
So
you
you're
know.
walking back your answer a little bit right now.
No, I'm the boss because I'm the boss. Like when mommy says goes, but not
Yes.
in a mean way. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't come aggressive. I want my man to be a man and I want him to treat me like a queen. So I am the boss when it comes to making decisions, anything about the kids, anything about anything. Like he won't make any major decision without asking me and vice versa, right? We're a team. But he's a man, but when I think I'm the boss. So, but now we can use what she said. You're the CEO and I'm the COO.
Okay,
you
but in that respect, the CEO is above the COO, Cristi.
Okay. Let him
That's
have
fine.
Then
it.
you're okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Look at that.
I'm totally
There you
fine
go.
with that.
Guys, listen,
Absolutely.
not only am I a friend, not only am I a money guy, and am I a relationship guy, I'm also a marriage counselor, apparently.
Oh,
So
okay.
you guys, go ahead. CEO and COO.
Perfect. I love it.
I want to ask you guys
I'm
a
the
different
boss, the
question.
boss or bosser.
With the concept of you being the boss, we all live in Miami.
You can ask my kids who's the boss and what do they say?
Oh,
it's funny because I was trying to say this earlier. Like Brielle's like, mommy's the boss, but you're the boss, but mommy's the boss or bosser.
Is mommy just bossier?
Bossier.
No, I just make all the decisions.
I mean,
think
yeah,
the moms,
she-
they play like a dynamic role. Like they
Okay.
really schedule out. Like you talked about, like, hey babe, we're doing this today. Like
Yeah.
you're very much the like organizer, and then they
all the plans, with the kids, all the plans.
So I could see the boss
her.
how that comes into play
Yeah.
of a role for
She's
her.
more hands-on.
Yeah.
And
But-
and he's so easygoing that anything I tell him, we're going to Mexico
Gotcha.
tomorrow, we're going to Africa. Okay.
But that's part of his personality. Where he's like, listen, let me just
Absolutely.
make my money, do my
Absolutely.
thing. Just tell me what's
You just-
happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a dynamic that you guys
Yeah.
have. Interesting. I'm wondering if, like, your background has something to do. So we live in Miami, right? I'm born and
Absolutely.
raised in Miami. Being in Miami, a lot of hot Latinas
Mm-hmm.
living in Miami, right? So a lot of men basically come to Miami. They drool over these Colombian, Brazilian,
that's why you moved
Peruvian,
here.
Venezuelan women. Like they're out there. Like and that's a different type of woman, right? Fiery, feisty, beautiful, gorgeous, curvy, whatever you want to put out there. So men fall in love with these women very easy. One of the things I say is like, be careful not to fall in love with your eyes. Fall in love with more than just your eyes. But Jason, pretend Cristi's not here right now.
Okay.
So what's it really like being married to a hot Latina?
You mean like going out and like
Just I don't know. You tell
dealing
me.
with? I mean, she's hot. Like, damn.
That's it.
She's got the personality to go along with it. I don't know what are you getting at? Like how is it dealing with like men and her?
No, just you and your marriage
Because
dynamics.
he said, don't fall in love with your eyes, fall in love with your heart. But what's funny
I
is
fell in
that
love with her because of the personality and our friendship in the beginning. The looks just came as a bonus.
oh yeah, I'm a whole new woman.
Because she was a diamond in the rough back then. Let's put up some of those pictures. I was ugly. I mean, we got rid of all of our old pictures when we first got together. We deleted them from all Facebook.
Why?
We're like, because we look at ourselves now and we look at ourselves back then, like, oh my
Just
God, we're
age
so
like
ugly
fine
back
wine.
then.
No.
You're getting better with age, is what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but go deeper on the Latina thing. Like, there's a language barrier, family dynamics. Does she more emotional and you're kind of more
Okay,
logical?
so,
like,
yes.
does she have certain expectations? Do you like being called Poppy? Like, how does it work?
She calls me daddy.
Daddy. Okay.
So there's a dynamic
'Cause you are
here
a dad.
that works in our relationship. She has a completely different culture from how I was raised.
That was really tough at the
my
beginning.
family-
Really, really tough.
You know, I'm Italian, French, German, Swiss, pretty much a white boy.
Yeah.
And we don't kiss each other on the cheek. We don't like do the awkward hugs. And then hers down, you know, you're kissing on the cheek. You're always saying hello to the random strangers,
Yeah.
and it's very outgoing. and she says everything that's on her mind. There's never a dull moment. And I'm like more easygoing, a little bit more passive, a little bit more quiet. So she talks like 10 times more than I do. Hence this
Oh,
podcast.
I talk to myself. I'll talk to a wall.
She's more talkative than you.
Way more.
Okay.
I think all women talk more
Oh,
than men
absolutely.
anyways.
I don't know. I'll give them a run for their money. But
Yeah.
the reason I asked that is because I just came back from Medellin, Colombia. Okay. And I had a good time. And one thing that I experienced is everything is mi amor.
Mi amor.
I go to the store. Oh, que tu quieres, mi amor? It's like, I don't
My
know
love,
you.
yeah.
You're the lady checking me out at the register. Why am I your love? Right? So like this pervasive concept of like, hola, mi amor. Oh, que linda. Ah, que bonita.
Yeah.
Mi amor, besos. It's like, I
very
just met
loving.
you.
Chill.
Can we chill out with the love thing? So then you meet a girl and let's say you're having, you're going out, you're on a date, whatever, like you're hanging out. And then she drops the mi amor thing. You're like, what is happening right now? Like, usually I'm very
It's a term of
conservative
endearment.
with how, quickly I'll tell a girl how I feel or if I love the L word. That's a big deal.
But that's not saying I love you.
Well, that's my point. Well, is that it's mi amor means love.
That's
like my love.
Like my love. My.
It was tough at the beginning in the sense of like he wouldn't understand why I had to see my parents or talk to my parents every day. I was like, first of all, I'm still in school. I gotta talk to my parents. Or little things like, like how the way we would say hi, but that's just different cultures.
Yeah.
Was it weird for him? I don't think so, because he was already dating 2 Hispanic girls before me. So he was already used to it. He was already living in Miami. But for me, when we moved in together, the different cultures where it was a little annoying, but we figured it out.
Okay. Spicy Latinas, bro.
I mean,
She's
if
taking the lead.
like it
you're
spicy.
in Miami, you're
You
pretty
what?
much Hispanic.
No, I get it. They in Colombia and Medellin they say that you're gringo paise,
What's paise?
Paisa.
like paisa.
Oh, paisa.
What does that mean?
Paisa, it's someone from Medellin.
But a
You're-
white boy
you're-
from Medellin.
yeah.
That's what they call me. Gringo paisa.
Gringo Paisa.
Shout out to my friends in
I
Medellin.
thought
out
you were.
there.
I thought you were Hispanic.
See, I'll take it. We're talking about all the benefits of marriage and having amazing things. Have you seen this article with Carson Daly? Have you seen this story right here? How basically scroll up to the top.
Yeah.
He's basically saying that he's getting a sleep divorce, and that's the best thing that ever happened to his marriage. Scroll down a little bit to this article.
What's that mean?
He's basically saying that his wife was pregnant and they were having trouble sleeping. And he, I guess, has sleep apnea. He's snoring, and it's just an issue. So they basically separated. They got different rooms in the house, and they sleep in different rooms.
They
Okay,
spend time cuddling before bed and have regular conversations about the arrangement is working for you, and be intentional with physical touch and other times throughout the day.
So they
don't like
cuddle
to touch-
before bed, and then they
Oh.
go to different beds to sleep.
Okay.
Let me
that's
tell
not
you guys
bad.
something. Snoring is my number one pet peeve. I can't do it.
Yeah, we don't snore.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Right. Well, we're gonna get to your pet peeve.
He'll kind of start, and I just like
Oh, you gotta slap him
Move
right
him
in the
over.
face.
I don't slap him. I just
No.
move him. I slap him when I have a dream he's cheating on me. Then
You have a dream like that.
oh, I have dreams like that all the time. I kick him.
And she actually gets mad the rest of the day. Like
I had a dream that you're cheating,
It's intense.
and you're like, I was right here the whole. She gets mad at you,
I'm like, no, it's just a dream.
But it's so real.
and you'll be in a
she
doghouse.
gets in a
pain.
bad she gets in a bad mood the rest of the day.
No.
Let me
It's
tell
not
you.
that
But
intense.
okay, so I want to get to what you guys like, the pet peeve or the hardest part about marriage. For me, again, snoring is my number one pet peeve. If you're a snorer around me, it's like I cannot deal with that. I went with our friend Neil over here. We were at a hotel. We were in New York. We had a big hotel room. We're sleeping on different sides of the room. I hear the guy snoring from the other side. I'm like, dude, like what am I, with a woolly mammoth over here? Then I'm dating this girl at the time, like recently, it was a quick thing, and then she starts snoring, and I'm not bullshitting you. She
that
starts
was it?
snoring. I left in the middle of
Why
the
don't you
night.
like wake her up
That
a
was
little
the
bit?
deal breaker for
No, it
you.
was-
I
done.
dipped out. That's it.
What?
I was out. I never text her again. She texts me like, "Hey, where you at?" I'm like,
Ow.
I sent her
That was
like an
the deal
emoji of a
breaker.
nose, and I was like, "You out." That's
Oh
it.
my God.
Wow.
Excommunicated. A woman, a gorgeous, hot woman, and you're.
I think there are other things
You
that are
just
more
got
Maybe
important.
she drank too much. You just gotta wake her up.
Maybe
No
a
she
excuse
has
for
something in
that.
her nose. Sometimes people like they have like issues in their nose and they kind of.
That's
You
her
can get a
problem,
little-
not mine. Okay. Anyway, you're talking about masculine and feminine energy. I don't know how women deal with guys who are snores. I just don't know.
I don't think that's a deal breaker. Thank God he doesn't snore. I think there are things that are way more important when it comes to being a deal breaker in a relationship.
I agree.
But
But
I guess a
like
pet-
sleeping
a-
next to somebody is a
yeah.
pretty freaking big deal.
No,
If
I
you can't get a
agree.
good night's sleep because your significant other is snuffleupagus over here. It could be a problem.
I think my biggest pet peeve, which obviously that's gone by now, was when we first moved in together. We were so different.
Yeah.
Like he said, he's more mellow. You know, he's American. I'm Hispanic. I'm just like that. I want to talk to everyone, kiss on the cheek, hug everybody. Why do you
Besos, besos, amor, the
talking to
whole thing.
everyone, like being friends with everyone? And
Yeah.
he didn't understand that.
Right.
So that was probably his pet peeve about me. The same way that I was like, why are you not so social? Why are you not giving hugs? Why are you not kissing people on the cheek? So it was just that difference of culture at the beginning that was a little annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I mean, no.
But
What's
would you
the
have-
hardest part of marriage for you?
Oh, she talks too much.
She's just too talkative. Are you ever just like,
It's like sometimes I
No,
just
he just doesn't answer me.
sometimes like the repetition of repeating over and over when like I've already told you or got a response or you want to elaborate.
I just
I'm like,
want
didn't we
attention.
just talk? I mean, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like sometimes it's just like I just told you.
But it
You
is
want attention.
no, but it's not that. For example, if there's a couple, right, and you're with your girlfriend, you're at I don't know at a restaurant, and there's a beautiful tree, and the girl tells you, "Oh my God, look at that tree," and you're on your phone. The girl doesn't give a shit about the tree. She wants to communicate with you. She wants to start a conversation about anything. So sometimes what you guys don't understand is that we're not trying to, like today I asked him, "What's the podcast about?" He's like, "I don't know." I don't want I don't know. I want him to say like, "Look, I met this guy. He's gonna be fun."
Back to my
this and
point
that.
is she asked me for
asked
every
you
other day for
twice.
weeks.
No, I asked
What's
you
it
today,
about? What's
babe.
going on?
I found out
If you have
yesterday.
explanations.
I found out yesterday. Don't play. You told me yesterday we have a podcast
This has
tomorrow.
been
Don't
in your
forget.
calendar for months.
Yeah, but I don't remember. But my point is that me asking him, "Hey, what is it about?" I don't want him to say like, "I don't know." Just go with the flow. Instead of like
I
you
did
guys
say what it was
communicating. Instead of you guys communicating like, "Oh, look, I met this guy and he's fun and this is his work. Look him up. This is his name."
Yeah.
I don't know. It's more like
Maybe
we
I was
just
just
want
busy.
communication, and a lot of men don't understand that.
we had Coach Greg Adams on last week, right? And he says, "Men, you need to protect your meat. We're like, oh, what does that mean? Protect your meat. He goes, meat, M-E-A-T. Women all want your meat. Your money, your energy,
I heard this before.
your attention, and your time. You need to be very protective with all 4 of those things. Don't be spending your money on chicks so loosey-goosey. Don't be draining your energy. Don't be dividing your attention to all sorts of things that a girl wants. And time, what a commodity is that? Don't be wasting your time. And I'm like, yeah.
That's all we want. That's all we want. I just want your meat. That's all I want.
Should we give you guys a second right here? Just want your meat.
That's
all
funny.
Right?
But I think those things come from also you being the person that handles everything.
Yeah.
So when you are like that and you ask somebody a question, you want a response so you know how to plan.
But
what's
it's not. But
next.
it's not everybody. I don't want everyone's me or attention.
Right, but it's
wouldn't
your
you
significant
wouldn't
other.
you agree with me that when you're talking to your, I don't know if you have a boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But if you're talking to your spouse, your
Of
partner,
course.
or even a friend that you're interested in, and you try to start conversation, it's not about look at the tree or look at it's just like
You wanna
hey,
get-
let's start
yes.
a conversation. Let's
The
talk.
attention, yes.
Tell me. Oh, that's another thing. To get to know this guy, I had to
dig.
oh my God, for years. For years. Like I was like, come on, tell me more. Like ask a lot of questions. And then I got to know him.
Because you're more the talker, question asker,
I had to.
pusher.
If
And
you
he's
don't
like,
if you
"I'm
don't
just
ask him
cool,
questions,
baby,
he
what's
won't
up?"
talk. He'll sit there the whole time, and me and you will be here for hours.
Really?
He'll just be there.
Welcome to the Adam Sosnick Cristi Stone podcast. I don't know who this guy is right there. All we're doing is using his meat. That's all we need from this guy. And we'll just kind of keep it going.
He's
from
there
there.
to look good.
I love that. Well, I love that you guys kind of understand each other at this point.
Yeah.
And that nobody ended up in jail or back in Peru and everything's okay. Cristi, what I want to kind of circle back to is on this concept of like stepping into your masculine energy and feminine energy and all that. You know, there's a study out there, I cite this all the time, that by 2030, 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 40 will be non-married, no kids. A lot of those women are basically focused on their career. They're putting their career first. So you're in your early 30s.
Yes.
You know, Jason's in his early 40s. I
Yeah.
assume you have friends that are older than you.
That are single and miserable.
What do you think is happening with those women, and what do you think their future will look like?
I'll tell you exactly what's happening to those women. They are stepping too much into their masculine energy. And at the end of the day, everything you say becomes true. It's a law of attraction. If you say all men are dog, you're going to meet all the dogs. If you say, you know, I'm never going to find the man of my dreams, you're not. I'm never going to be a millionaire, you're not. Oh, I'm going to be extremely rich. There's a strong possibility for that. But it's everything you say. So if you're focused so much on the negative, absolutely, you're not going to find it. But at the same time, because they want to prove themselves and because they are making money and they are being successful and they see all these, you know, divorces around, they're stepping way too much into their masculine energy.
So if you, like, these are friends of yours, you know some of these women. You're generalizing.
Probably going to be very lonely as well.
Okay, so what's the future going to look like for these ladies? Are they just going to end up being very lonely?
I think every lady and woman wants to be with a man and have that
absolutely.
relationship, but they're starting their own businesses, they're making their own money, and they're scaring away guys. Like guys get scared of that masculine energy. That they're unapproachable. They have a higher caliber. They're more confident, and because these women are making money, they don't need no man. And most men are programmed to. Most women are programmed to be with a man that's a provider. So men aren't used to that. Even when she started the business, I wasn't used to that.
That's what I was saying.
I wasn't used to her spending. The thing is, it took time away from me. It was less time that she got to spend with me, less quality time, less. You know, all the 5 love sentences. What is it? The
5 love languages.
Love languages. Like, I got less and less of each of those because she was too busy now, and that's what's happening right now.
You wanted her female meat.
I even stopped doing my nails and my lashes, which he brought that up before, and I knew that was important to him, but I was just so work. And don't get me wrong, I'm very high maintenance, and I say that loud and proud. But I want a man, you know, that's gonna be as successful as I am. However, you wanna be feminine, you want to be divine, like you want to be a goddess, and I want people to see me and be like, that's a woman. And when obviously I'm with him, but if I wasn't, if I go on a date, I want a man to be like, that's a real woman, and I want to treat her like a queen, and I want to respect her and provide for her. You know what I mean? What I'm saying? So there's a balance, and I feel like women these days, they're stepping way too much into their masculine, and they're walking around like, you know, if they don't need no men, which they probably don't. But I know a lot of girls that are single and they're miserable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think there's a big front that a lot of women that statistic is not something that these women want. They want to be approached. They want to be with a man. They want to feel loved. They want to be put on a pedestal. Yeah, they still want to make their own money.
I want him to treat me like a goddess and worship me.
I tell her all the time, I want to be able to cherish you so much and put you on a pedestal and do everything that you need, everything you want, get everything. Whatever you need, I'll do it for you. Whatever you need to buy, whatever gifts, I'll shower you with gifts and love and affection and attention and quality time, and just as long as it was reciprocated back.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say is like if you're gonna do all that for her, what does she need to do for you? Like what does she need to proverbially bring to the table for you to do that to her?
Yeah, my love language is
make him feel like a king.
I need words of affirmation. I need her to tell me yes. Tell and
words of affirmation are big for you.
Touch
and touch. That's his thing. So I just tell him he's hot and touch him all day.
Yeah. And she needs gifts. So she needs gifts and quality time.
Life is so simple and relationships really are so simple. But people need to learn the other person's love language for sure.
So he likes words of affirmation and touch. Does he like acts of service?
No, not really.
So if he's like, babe, go make me a sandwich.
No, absolutely.
Do you go make him a sandwich?
She actually made me breakfast this morning.
No,
you say that like you're shocked that you got it.
No,
I'm pretty shocked. It's been a while.
I'll do whatever he wants me to do. The point is that that's not his love language.
Yeah, I don't ask anybody to do anything for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you're an independent man. You don't need no woman.
Absolutely, yeah. And so are the kids. Thank God they cook for themselves.
Yeah. But I think that's a very important concept is like knowing your significant other's love language. So you know that he needs constant words of affirmation.
Absolutely.
I love you, baby. You're doing great. You're amazing. You're hot. You're this.
I'm proud of you.
You're rubbing him. You're touching him. It's not like a sexual thing. He's like it's a physical thing. He's like, no, it's kind of a sexual thing. And with her, she's quality time. And you better be giving those gifts.
I have all five.
She's like, listen,
it's a scale.
Queen, treat me like a queen.
What's the most important?
But it's because I allow him to be a man, and and I treat him like my king as well. And I allow myself to be a woman that he treats me like a queen. And I mean, it's taken a lot of time, and trust me, it wasn't always easy. But now that I understand and I know who he is and what he needs, and vice versa, we have a really good thing going on.
Awesome. Amazing.
Yeah, we also have this thing called the love emotional bank account and making
absolutely.
bids.
I love that.
What is that?
Yeah. So, when you get in a fight with your girl and you're kind of distant, the vibe is off. Well, how do you get back to normal? Yeah. You have to start making bids for her love, and that's
emotional bank account
done through the different 5 love languages. So you either need to start doing the more quality time. Send a little tiny gift, a little love note. Ask her what she needs. What send a gift. Do it. Just spend time. Just everything above is making a bid for your love, and you need to fill that emotional bank account up with multiple bids.
So when
you get to a level that when you do have a fight, it doesn't drain it all the way down. If you make so many bids, you don't go to empty. And we do this. This happens to us all the time. And sometimes the vibe is off, the energy is off. We're not. Like we know when we're not right and not loving. I'm not like fun cracking up, and it's not a normal relationship. But we can get back there. It takes time. It takes making bids for her love again.
When you say making bids, when you say emotional bank account, this has nothing to do with money.
Oh, no. This is a text, Advil, a cup of coffee, butt rubs, scratching my back. Baby, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for making dinner tonight. Thank you for putting gas in my car. Those little things.
The appreciation is showing appreciation.
Who's more difficult in that situation? Like who's more
stubborn?
I need more than he does.
Yeah,
you're more stubborn.
I have to make a lot more bids to get.
No, he has to make more bids for my love.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What's crazy is when I was with this girl for a long time, and if we got into an issue, that's it. I shut down. I'm like, I'm not even talking to you. I'm not even looking at you. I could go.
That's you?
That's your stubbornness. That's your ego.
I could
what
go
sign
stubborn. Aquarius. I could go stubborn, silent treatment. Test me, chick. I will,
You're dead.
We'll live in the same house for 10 years. I won't talk to you. So it's almost like incumbent on the girl to be like, come here, give me a hug. And I'm like, no, give me a hug. I'm like, all right. And like once you kind of get that hug out of the way and you embrace, like things will kind of go back to normal.
Yeah.
But it's very important to know who the person willing to make that concession is.
Yeah.
Because I know my DNA. I'm like, I told you not to do that. You did it. Like, I want nothing to do with you.
But
That's-
maybe
that's
your
your ego
emotion,
speaking,
that was
though.
your
That
ego.
is an ego. That is ego.
But
Is
maybe
not the
also
amigo.
your emotional bank account was on low and it was
That's
on
true.
empty.
No, my
'Cause-
bank account's all right though.
No, what I mean
don't
is
try
like-
me, Christy.
No, your emotional bank account. If you're doing those little, the thing is, people don't understand that love is not what you do for your birthday or a new car. You know, he just got me a new car yesterday. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you.
I think if a chick was calling me daddy, all the time I buy her a new car.
You
Thank you,
get the daddy name.
So if it's not, you know, what you do for Christmas is what you do on the daily. Those little tiny things that I love you, the text messages, everything I just mentioned, it's your emotional bank statement is on high. So when you do have a fight, like you just said, that you're like, you did it and I told you not to, you still have something to work with.
Love is not a feeling. Love is action. Like you need to make constant bids. And
Love is
action.
a verb.
That was the verb. I was
Yeah,
just gonna
it's
say that.
constantly changing, and the ways to get back to being in love is through the love languages and, and showing
And
appreciation.
really putting your relationship first. I think that's very important. I think people get into a fight right now and they're probably another Aquarius like you and they're like, no, I'm done. I'm out.
Don't come on my side. Now you're coming. Now you're attacking me as a person, Christy. Now I'm about to shut you down. Not talk to you anymore. Not even.
You know, people just don't want to work on things. But if it's something worth, especially how it is out here in Miami, because you know it's out here for single people, you need to work on it. And if it's worth it, then you put each other first.
Very cool.
Yeah, and sometimes we get distant. Everybody gets distant in a relationship. They get mundane tasks that they're doing every day. The kids, the work, the
So we gotta
family,
spice it up.
the going to the gym, and always constantly worrying about and focusing on yourself, being selfish. It's okay to be selfish, but you have to plan in your relationship to get back to that tight bond that you had. So we have
One date
rules.
night,
We have rules. We do one date night every 1 to 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and one getaway
Once a month.
Not like a vacation. It could just be at a hotel room a month.
Once a month. No kids, no friends.
kids.
Because a lot of people have trouble with their friends, which is great.
Yeah,
we
that's-
love it.
that's bad.
But it's not bad. We just need that alone time.
Yeah, because when you're with your friends, you're not with each other. You're
absolutely,
constantly
exactly.
entertaining the friends and other people, and you're having
Quality
that's
time.
not bonding
There's
time.
nothing like
That's not
hotel-
These are quality time.
There's nothing like hotel rooms than room service.
Okay.
Nothing like hotel room
Staycation
sex.
in Miami.
You hear
Hotel
that?
sex? Yeah, of course. I want to get your thoughts on obviously a very trending topic right now, the concept of what's happening with Tom Brady and Gisele. And basically my question is, what the hell is Gisele thinking, right? So you're hearing rumors that like the marriage is over, there's a divorce is imminent, they're hiring attorneys. You know, this article right here talks about they're having a sexless marriage. Tom Brady apparently is walking around without a ring. She might not be wearing her ring. So here's how I'm processing this. You could be the man. You could be the GOAT. You could be the
where's
greatest.
my ring?
Yeah, where's your ring?
I'm like, where's your
You
ring?
could be the
I
greatest.
took it off for jiu-jitsu. Go ahead.
You could be the greatest athlete ever. You could be the best quarterback of all time. You could be the GOAT. You could be handsome. You could be a stud. You could be a multimillionaire. You could be like this, the coolest, dopest dude on the planet. Marry a supermodel.
Wow.
And at some point, that might not be enough for a woman, which is like mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so after all that, she may not want you anymore. So good luck out there, Gisele, finding the next Tom Brady. I really wish you good luck. So Chrissy, I'm going to turn this over to you. Put yourself in Gisele's shoes. She's married to Tom Brady. Like, I don't know if you need his resume.
Yeah, I know.
He's the freaking man. What the hell's she thinking? Why would she want to divorce Tom Brady?
Because she's not fulfilled. Because he's not doing his job. He's too busy and he's not putting her first. And she's not happy.
not
And
throwing it
she's
down.
not getting any younger. She's not getting any hotter.
Yeah.
And she wants to be happy. She wants true love. That's all humans want. We want to be seen, we want to be heard, and we want to be loved. And if he's not, he can be giving her the world. Look at Kim Kardashian, right? She's been married how many times? Like 5.
Yeah.
He can be giving her the world, but if if her emotional bank account is not at full, you can buy me all you want, baby. I want real love. I want that passion.
I don't know. I hear you as a woman. I get it.
You
but
can't just be
it's
with a
Tom
guy.
Brady.
You can't just be with a guy because
He has all the
because everybody
material
wants him,
out.
and he's extremely successful, and he's changing the world, and whatever the guy has done, right? That's not enough. What about me? What about my feelings?
Sounds selfish though.
Well, they call it a sexless
there are
marriage. So
relationships.
they're together.
If they're not
and-
having sex, throw the whole relationship away. What
yeah,
is
sex
that?
is number one priority in a
Well, it's
relationship.
Gisele
Is
who's
it really?
complaining about it.
Yeah, if
What
you're
do you
not,
mean? It's number one.
nothing's going to take you 20, 30, 40 years of marriage without having good sex.
Is there a rule like, listen, it's sex night once a
Oh,
week?
there's no,
No,
sex
no, no,
night.
no, no, no.
Absolutely
It's every
not.
day.
It's every
We don't
day.
plan sex.
Every day?
No. What?
Who's got that kind
Like
of time,
5
Jason?
times a day. A
Five
week. I'm
5
sorry.
times a day.
They're busy.
Right.
5 times a week. at
And then how do you
least.
maintain that passion, that fire, that sexiness? You call him daddy
She
a lot?
said
and it's
5
bone?
times a week. Like it's like every other day, maybe sometimes 2 in a row.
Maybe sometimes 8 times a day. Don't play. But that's
Those are the times. Okay, well,
Jason, don't play. She wants that meat. Money, energy, attention, and time. Meat.
Hey.
I need to
Exactly.
teach Tom Brady how to throw it down. I don't know
Is that
what
what
he's
you
doing
need to do?
wrong. Yeah.
absolutely.
Maybe we have a conversation with Tom Brady.
That
Like,
would be
listen, bro, you're
amazing.
not throwing it down. I'm having sex 5 to 8 times a day, apparently.
No, a week.
Okay.
Like the video if you would like to see that. Like the
Yes.
video
Oh my
to see
God.
that.
So, pretty well. Like, put yourself in Tom Brady's shoes. I mean, you're a high value man, status man, good looking dude. You do judo. You're a golfer. You're an athlete. I mean, the guy's busy. He's out there winning Super Bowls.
Well,
Why is she not with him everywhere?
She needs more quality time.
She needs that meat.
She can't. She's like,
She likes that.
she needs something. She needs
She's
something.
obviously not
Obviously, there's something
fulfilled.
missing from the marriage. So they're just still together, but they're not together. So they call it a success
Yeah, well,
marriage.
I mean, you've heard the stories that he was going to retire this offseason, and then I think he probably just went home. He's like, here I am back in the kids, the wife, the sexless marriage. Is like, I'm going back on the gridiron. I'm getting out of here.
course,
But
yeah.
but only in sports or a situation like this does a woman expect a man to retire at age 45. If this was any other profession or job out there, like you're working until you're 70 years old.
Yeah.
Like Tom Brady's the oldest NFL player. Most guys are done out of the league by 30,
He loves
much
what he
less
does.
35. He made it to 45. Do you think that like it's unreasonable for her to request the GOAT, the greatest of all time, to be like, hey, hang it up for me so you
No.
can come like work in the strawberry field that I fucking built out back?
That's
Like,
not
Even though
fair.
she knew
Nah.
what she was getting into getting with him, do you
No,
think
that's not
that
fair for him.
it's not fair. Why?
Because it's not. That's what he loves. That's his passion. What I do
Yeah,
believe
she
is that
should-
when he's going back home and he's walking into a home where the kids don't care about him because he's never home, and then she's in a bad mood, who wants to be at a home like that? It's really important how you greet your partner every day, and the time that you have alone, and that communication and that friendship and that play. Like we play, we sing, we have so much fun together. They don't have that, obviously. It's gone. So that's why he keeps going back to work, because he's miserable at home.
Yes, we don't have jobs. We're together all the time. So we have a job.
That would work.
Like
I'm a millionaire mentor. I got nothing going on.
We wake up and like, what do you want to do
we
today?
wake up, we cuddle in the morning, we cuddle at night.
No,
like,
you have WFA, work from anywhere type jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have jobs. You just don't have to be anywhere. You can be wherever you want. That's
Yeah.
how you can live the life you want. Entrepreneur.
WFA.
But,
I
not
never
even
heard that
entrepreneur.
one.
What's that?
WFA. Never
Yeah,
heard that one.
WFH, work from home. WFA, work from anywhere.
That's cool.
Obviously, we learned that during the pandemic. So, the what's crazy is Gisele gonna have to end up? Is she gonna have to end up paying Tom Brady alimony?
Well, it depends who's richer.
That's my point. Is that apparently Tom Brady is worth $250 million, and Gisele somehow is worth
Somehow.
$400 million.
Well,
So she's
Tom
worth-
Brady's getting paid.
That's what I'm asking. Is
Yeah.
Tom Brady
Yeah.
going to be due? Listen, I want my check on the 1st and 15th, Gisele.
That's hilarious.
I gotta live. I need to live the life that I'm
For
accustomed
real.
to living. Okay, I need to be living in a $20 million mansion. So Gisele, if you want to divorce me in our sexless marriage, you gotta pay, honey.
Wow, that's insane.
What do you think?
That's how it works. I think that's
If
fair.
I was her and I'm not happy, because who's asking for divorce? She is. So she knows what she's gonna have to pay. But if she's not happy and she's willing to pay, she must be very unhappy, or she probably has someone else already that's giving her meat when he's not home.
You think so?
I mean, why does she want a divorce if she's making more money and she's gonna have to pay him?
This is why I have a
And
beautiful,
he's
spicy
Tom
Latina
Brady.
like you on the show to kind of inform me what the hell's going. Because as a guy, I'm thinking, listen, you're a supermodel. Well, you were a supermodel 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You're married to. I mean, there's Michael Jordan, right? There's Tom Brady. There's Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. Like, there's Wayne Gretzky. There's like Mount Rushmore of the best ever to do it is few and far between. And you're married to one. And you're like, yeah, you know, I'd really like some more quality time. I feel like that's a little selfish. It's like, it's Tom fucking Brady. You go and you get into his locker room and you go get that meat, whatever you got to get.
Okay,
you go out of your way.
That I agree. That's what I asked you first. Why is she not with him out there on the field?
There's a
all
lot
the
of things
time?
going on here that we don't know.
Exactly.
Yes, but this is why we do this podcast, because we're speculating.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you guys read the rest of the article? Why? No one really knows.
Nobody knows yet, but I just, at some point,
They just they lost it. You can tell.
what's harder to find?
Their emotional bank accounts at zero.
Her finding another Tom Brady, or Tom Brady finding another her?
But I don't think they want to find each other.
Really?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
why
think
would
if she's
they
going to
want
leave
that?
the greatest of all time, it's to find somebody who's not treating her the way
And she's
he
gonna
is.
probably be with someone broke. Watch.
And he's probably going to maybe
Well,
be
we
with
saw how
somebody
that
who's a little bit more
played out
lenient.
with Mackenzie Bezos, Jeff Bezos' wife.
Yeah,
Oh my
she
God.
basically
Went on
ex-wife. She basically she got a settlement when they got a divorce. She walked away with like $40 billion.
Wow.
She like overnight became like the richest woman in the world,
Oh
if
my
not
God.
like one of the three
Yeah.
richest women in the world. And she said, "Well, all I want is love. I don't need the money."
You see, we're very
And what did
simple.
she do, Christy? Though, see,
No,
but
listen.
you spoke too soon, baby
Oh, okay.
girl.
What'd she do?
She ended up marrying a school teacher. Oh,
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And they were
because she
married.
has the money.
They were married,
Because she's
and
already
then-
rich.
But here
She's
comes-
already rich.
She
ended up marrying a school teacher, and it's so beautiful. And then they just got
Divorced.
divorced 2 years later.
Oh, really?
Right,
yes.
because all of a sudden
Now that
she's
school
like,
teacher's rich.
exactly.
Took
They
half her money.
had a prenup.
Yeah, okay.
So,
You know,
so like,
fucked up.
you women, it's like, don't listen to what women say. Watch what they do. All right,
Yeah.
you just did that. You're talking about, he doesn't treat me the way I want. Emotional. That's great. I get it. So what do? You go marry a school teacher, and then 2 years later, like,
Yeah,
this guy makes fucking 40 grand a year. What am I
that
doing?
makes
I'm
no
worth 40
sense.
billion. So like
makes no
sometimes
sense.
emotions can get the best of you.
Right.
And me as a logical actor, I'm like, baby, Gisele, former supermodel. I get it. You're gorgeous. There's so many gorgeous women out there.
Yeah.
Come down to Lima, Peru with me and Christy. We'll find you another supermodel just like that. But the concept of her not fully appreciating how great and awesome and dope Tom Brady is boggles my mind. And as a man, it's like you can do everything and anything, the best of the best of the best. Money, success, looks, championship, good person, not a shitty person. You never heard stories about Tom Brady being an asshole. Good father. And all of a sudden your wife's not happy and she's like, yeah, time for a divorce.
But you really don't know, though. You don't know. You really
Yeah,
don't know
I
what goes
know.
behind doors.
You really
We gotta
don't.
get Tom Brady in the podcast.
Yeah, you can see him on like TV, and he can come home and pay his wife no mind.
Or
Like,
he-
and
or maybe-
imagine
No.
staying in
Or-
a marriage and you hate your life, like you feel depressed.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
how do you stay?
I just
in
don't
something
see
for
that. Like they're
but you may not see it because how much money they have and the reality.
they've
like,
seemed to. She's at the games, cheering, Super Bowls. Listen, you see her out there because he's in so many freaking playoff games and Super Bowls. She's out there wearing a Brady jersey, supporting. I think a lot of this, obviously, we're speculating here. They've had like if you said, "Give me a beautiful marriage," like if a year ago you said, "What's the dream relationship?"
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you kind of got to put Tom Brady and Gisele at the top of the list.
Oh, wow.
Super Bowl winning quarterback, best ever to do it, male model looks, good dude, good family guy. Okay, supermodel wife, loving wife, taking care of the kids, supportive. Like up until a year ago, they had #1 relationship. I'd put it at the top of the mountain. And then something must have happened.
Absolutely.
When he was going to retire, went home, realized, I don't know if I want to do this, came out of retirement. Something clearly happened with that. And obviously that's what's setting off the current situation right now. But up until this retirement situation, I thought they had a beautiful marriage. And I think that's what people are so shocked by.
I think
because
she was
for decades it
teased.
was an amazing thing.
She was teased by maybe the idea of him retiring, and then she was like, oh, maybe I'll get that attention. And maybe when he was like, no, I want to go back in, it was kind of him being like, I'd rather go do what I'm doing
with you.
than give you that attention. And I could see, like, as a woman feeling like hurt. I go to all of your games, I support you, I do all this stuff, and it's like the chance that you were going to give me to give me what I missed. I don't get it.
They've got, I think, 2 kids together, and he's got a kid from a previous marriage with Bridget Moynihan, and they all live together. It's just, for me, it's just kind of like,
she had to kind of know what she was getting into in a way.
Yeah, but it's also like a lesson out there. It's like you might think, like, genuinely, I'm not even bullshitting right now. When you talk about best case scenario marriage, Tom Brady, stud of all studs, marrying supermodel Gisele, who's like loving mother fan at the game. It's like, it's the pinnacle. Because I've watched them operate in Super Bowls. She's running on the field, hugging kids, pictures. We've all seen this. And now it's time for divorce. It's like very awkward and weird to me.
Once again,
how things can change so quickly.
You don't know what goes. Something big had to happen.
I think it's sad.
I think it's sad too.
It's sad than anything.
I think it's sad too.
You look at a couple like that and you're like, what a dream couple, and then you're like, what went wrong?
It's like
how did something go wrong in something like this?
Yeah,
you know?
It's like my Jewish mother always says, you never know. You never know.
You don't.
You never know. I'm like, all right, Mom, I guess I don't know. And I guess I'll never know.
We'll never know.
You never know.
There you go. I need to get speaking of crazy relationships, I need to get your guys' thoughts on this guy that we recently did an interview with, Patrick and I. Have you heard of this guy called Andrew Tate?
Hey, Tate.
We were just listening on the way
Chrissy
here.
just rolled her eyes, so that's a signal. Yes, I'm familiar with him. Jason.
Oh, yeah.
From one attractive, successful, bald man to another. You got Andrew Tate over here. We've got a clip that we're going to play of his. Let's just make sure the volume's up before we play this. All right, go ahead. Watch this clip, and we'll get your guys' opinion on the other side.
Okay, ready, and audio.
Start it over again. Audio, guys. Go ahead.
Okay. Here we go.
When you met the partner you're currently with, you wouldn't even be with them. You think you love your wife? No, you don't. Because if you were a multimillionaire, you would never even go with that shit. So everyone to some degree compromises. If I want the most reliable car I can buy, I can't go into the Ferrari garage and say it has to be reliable. They're like, go buy a Toyota then. This is what comes with a Ferrari. You get the performance, you get the beauty, sometimes it breaks down. That's how it goes. That's what comes with a Ferrari. If you want a top tier man, he's gonna do certain things. And most women intrinsically know this. If you go to one of these parties in Miami, and one of these chicks is chilling with Chris Brown, do you think she believes he's gonna be loyal? No, doesn't matter, it's Chris Brown. Point is, women intrinsically understand at a certain value of male that they're not gonna get sexual exclusivity, and they don't care. I say this all the time. If you
And so there it is. So basically, essentially, he talks about if you're a high value man and you're doing all these amazing things, and whether it's you're dating a girl, married to a girl, he's basically saying, well, you know, a man can kind of do what he wants to do, explore some options, play the field a little bit. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that are like, hold on, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then some guys out there are going to be like, see, honey, I told you so. So how, as a high value man, Jason, married to a beautiful woman, when you hear this, is it like cringy? Are you like, ugh, stop talking?
No,
Are you like, this homie's got a point? Like,
guys are
how's
going
it
to go
work?
through that phase.
I think
all
it's
guys
sad.
are going to go through that phase of wanting to play the field because they haven't found the right woman. I played the field, even you know, when we were hooking up.
Before,
like I made out with 8 girls in the pool party, and she was one of them. Like I played the field, and like I dropped every other woman that I was talking to.
Yeah.
To be with her once I found the right one. But I was playing the field, and all the girls that maybe there wasn't so many girls. I wasn't that much of a playboy.
But you're saying that you need to test drive as many cars as possible, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to buy a car and drive that car.
Yeah, just like women want to be in a relationship, so do men. Mm-hmm. If men aren't ready to be in a relationship because they haven't found the right woman. All men and all women want to have a marriage. They want to have kids. They want to have the lifestyle. They want to be with someone. They want to be loved by somebody. And if you're still playing the field, you have not found the right person.
So it comes down to finding the one, and at that point, you're like, all right, I'll hang them up.
Like my girlfriend that I was with, I knew she wasn't the one. I just was with her just because it was fun. We were going out and partying. Like if the next one pops up that's hotter or cooler or smarter or funnier or better personality, I'm going to move on.
All right. What about you?
I think that I think that he's broken and sad. What a sad soul. He needs a lot of personal development, for sure. But I think that the only way for you to find the right partner is by you becoming the right partner. By you attract what you are, and I'm always gonna go back to that. It's a law of attraction. So if you want someone that's loving, giving, sweet, understanding, close to God, or whatever you have on your list, because everybody should have a list. I believe in the list, and not just like a crazy dreamy list, but something that you want, someone with the same values that you have. In order to attract that and find people like that, you need to become that, and you need to become the best version of yourself for you to attract your circle.
Why do you think so many women are disgusted by this guy?
Because he's talking crap. That makes no sense. He's probably I don't know him.
And make money.
I don't know him. God bless.
Do you respect that though?
I do respect, because you can make money
Yeah,
however you
I
want. I don't
respect the
judge.
hustle
I
and-
respect the hustle.
So you can respect him on some fronts, but then there's also things you think he gets wrong.
I respect
Duality.
the hustle
It's not a black and white
as
thing.
long as you're not hurting other people, and he's offending a lot of women. So you can do whatever you want. You can be, like I said, an OnlyFans. You can be at a strip club, make your money, as long as you're not hurting other people.
But he's not hurting other people.
He's also just got
offending
the
other
balls
people.
to say what
Offending,
people
yeah.
Is
don't
there
want to
something
say.
wrong with offending?
True. I mean, I just don't know why he wants that negative energy and all that hate for himself.
Making a lot of money.
I think he's making a lot of money, but he's also getting a lot of. I mean, I don't know. I really don't understand.
Is it him? Is it his mindset? Is the way he says things? Is it a combination of all of it?
It's all of it.
I want to know what triggers women to be like, ugh. Like when I said, we're going to play a clip of Andrew Tate. This was Cristi. She goes,
You can tell, first of all, his body language. You can tell how aggressive he is.
he's a fighter.
Okay, but
He's a dude. He's a man.
So are you, and so are you, and you guys don't
Yeah,
speak
but I'm
that
not
way.
a cage fighter. I mean, the guy's a badass.
He has a lot of rage going
yeah,
on.
no, admittedly.
Maybe he just shot too much testosterone or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's how he says it, his body language, and what he's saying. It just makes no sense. Has way too much masculine energy going on. Has definitely not stepped into his feminine energy, so he cannot admire and see women as they are. Because you guys are nothing without us. I'm so sorry. We're creators, and we need you, but you need us more.
Oh, I'm
and he's
the biggest fan of women out there. You guys are my favorite thing on the
He's
planet.
just trying to put women down.
I'm not here to talk shit about women. Women?
Maybe he
I
has
love
maybe he has mommy issues.
Maybe he does. Maybe we all do.
We don't know.
We'll never know.
Don't ever know.
You want to give your final thoughts on this guy?
Yeah, I respect the hustle. I mean, I know what he's doing and how he's making the money, and got his community out there posting his videos, making him go viral.
Didn't he get
But-
banned from everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lot, most people don't have the balls to say what they really feel, and he's just a voice for a lot of people.
Well, here's what I'll say, and this we're going to talk millionaire mentor time right now and kind of get into the more money.
Did you interview him?
Yeah.
Do you love him?
I respect him. For sure. Listen, there's going to be things. I respect you. I haven't agreed with everything you've said
Of
today.
course.
I respect Jason. I don't agree with everything. My boss, my CEO, my mentor, Patrick Bet-David, the most amount of respect for that guy. We still argue. We still have different
course.
opinions. So I think that's the problem in society today, is that like you can disagree without being disagreeable, right? People say that all the time. You can have different perspectives. Like imagine having to agree or disagree with every single thing that someone has ever
course.
said. So like I would say 90% of the stuff I do agree with, right? And the 10% that I disagree with, is it that I disagree with it, or is that I disagree in the way that he said it, or I disagree in the fact that I know that it's going to be triggering for some people. But my biggest take on him is that the misogynist type comments are almost like clickbaity. Like that's what he says to be like, what? But if you actually listen to what he's saying, because we sat down for 5-hour interview, 8 hours like in real life, and what he has to say, it's pretty much just all self-improvement, male self-improvement, positive thinking, not letting BS being in your life. And there's a lot to respect about that. Because one of the things he says is like a man is born as a clean slate. Like you were born in Ohio. You were like selling like car parts or something, some bullshit. I don't know. But you turn that into a career. You turn that into becoming an influencer, a man of status. You turn that status into getting a hot wife. You turn that into having a family and having kids. And like you became something. Yeah. You're not the same dude that's like, yeah, I'm selling car parts in Ohio. Like you constantly improve. And I think that's what a man has to do. Like I always say this, my background is finance, especially personal finance. I try to simplify money and break down money in a concept that everyone can understand. So I use kind of something. Sometimes they say the elegance or the beauty is in the simplicity, right? So one thing I'll say is like to understand money is just like being at a traffic light. Okay, we understand red, yellow, green. Red for most people is you're broke as shit, you're drowning in debt, and you're paycheck to paycheck. That's not where you want to be. You want to get to yellow. Yellow is at least like you're kind of out of debt. You have some money saved up. You're not balling, but like life's decent. Now, when you get to green, you're where we're at, basically. It's like you've got money saved up. You've invested. Life's good. And you just want to stay at green. The whole goal is like when you're driving on green, the last thing you want to do is speed bump, boom, yellow, now back to red. You don't have to start over. So that's how I think of things financially. Now, as a man, getting back to the Tate thing right here, using that analogy, you know, there's a famous phrase that a woman simply is, but a man must become. Like a woman just to be a beautiful woman and the world's her oyster, right? But a man is born as a red light. Like you're nothing. We just had a dozen 18-year-old kids today. I'm like, who here has any money? Who here has any success? Who here's done anything with their life? They're like, yeah, you're fucking 18. What the hell do you think you've done? Like you've done nothing. You're a red light. But the goal is to get stronger, faster, smarter, wiser, cooler, improve upon yourself so you can get to that proverbial yellow light of life where you're like offering some value, providing some value, and then eventually to become a green light type of guy where you're a high value man of status. Back to Tate, I think the dude is a green fucking light type of guy. He might offend you, but he did start as a nothing burger type of person that turned into a kickboxing champion and a business guy, and he had to work his way up. So I do respect people that start from nothing and reach success. Final point, well, I'm sitting there with Andrew Tate, Patrick Bet-David, PBD, and myself, and he says, you know who the happiest people are in the world? People that came from nothing, poor people, and made millions of dollars and have success, because you know what it's like. Miserable people born into money that don't appreciate money or have respect for money, they end up doing drugs. They end up feeling entitled. Like they don't appreciate what they've done. One of the things I appreciate, Jason, is you didn't come from money. You came from the Rust Belt of Ohio. That's why, like, you
grew up in a trailer park.
In a literal trailer park, right? I didn't want to call you trailer trash, bro, but like you call yourself that.
That's interesting.
But like that's why you appreciate where you're at, and you have so much value and the way you treat other people and business people and your kids and your wife, because you appreciate the moment that you're at.
Yeah.
He can say everything you just said in the way that you just said it, and it's so much nicer.
So you think it's the tone maybe that you may not, the way he's delivering the message.
I haven't seen a lot of his videos because the ones that I've seen are like this, and obviously I'm like, why would I even try to see more of his work? But if that's the message that he has, the way that you just said it is completely different than that brand that he's going for himself.
All right, Andrew,
if the brand is making him money,
I'm coming for the top G job, right? No, but that I feel like I do feel compelled to at least inform people of what I think his message truly is, because it's no secret. Like if you follow me on social media, you see like there's content with us out there. I meet this girl one night. I'll tell you this. I told this story. My buddy's like, hey, we're all going out for dinner. We got some girls in town. Why don't you come? Whatever. Oh, yeah, cool. All good. Boom, 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 boom. So we go out to dinner. I meet one of the girls. We end up hitting it off. We're having a nice conversation. We have a good time. You know, we took care of dinner. We treated these girls very well.
And then she
dinner, drinks. the whole thing, hey, let's keep in touch. Awesome. You know, a little, you know, kiss at the end of the night. Nothing crazy. Like, whatever. Like, I didn't hold her hostage or anything like that. Like other people I know over here, take her home. But we had a nice moment. Let's keep in touch. Cool. I'm in town for the weekend, whatever. Cool. All good. I wake up the next morning. I get a text from the girl. Like, oh, wow. Like, so-and-so texted me at 11 a.m., whatever it was. Not a, hey, thank you for the night before. It's such a great time.
She saw your Instagram.
You. She goes, 3 words. So you fuck with Tate?
Good morning.
That was what I woke up to. I was like, groggy-eyed, hungover. I'm like,
Fuck with Tate.
I'm like,
wow.
So I'm like, well, this is like right after we did the interview. So it's like, we're not like friends, buddies, but we're cool.
Yeah.
I have his number. We text, like, content. We create, you know, like Jason and I, like, we're cool. We're buddies. We're friends. We don't text all the time, but like, if I call, he answers. If he calls, like, it's a respect thing. Like, I'm cool with the dude.
Your girl dumped you because of Tate.
I said, well, yeah, like, we're cool. She goes, I fucking hate him. How could you? I'm like, how could I? What?
Was it this first
like,
date?
I interviewed him.
Was it the first date?
She's like,
Yeah,
it wasn't
the
a date. We met
it was
as a
night.
group dinner. It was like, it was not a date whatsoever. We didn't hook up whatsoever. We took her and her friends out in the town, me and a couple buddies, dinner, drinks, whatever. We ended up spending $1,000 between 4 dudes, $250, nothing, right? But the fact that she's like, so you fuck with Tate? Like, ew, you're disgusting. It's like, well, you didn't say that last night when you had a magical, amazing evening and you went all over South Beach and didn't pay for shit, bitch. Okay?
It's because she stalked you on social media.
No, she did. She saw my social media.
After.
Yeah, I gave her my social media. Whatever. Like, I have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Like, you Google Adam Sosnick on my social media. Like, you Google Jason Stone, it comes up. So, like, and then we had, like, some exchange. Like, so I don't think I could ever, like, talk to a guy that fucks with him. And I'm like,
my gosh.
well, good luck finding a guy out there, because a lot of guys like him, right? Like, that's your vetting process. Do you fuck with Tate or not? Okay, I guarantee you, if you pulled 100 men of, yes, I'm good with Tate versus no, I'm not good with this guy, I guarantee you the guys who fuck with Tate are going to be wealthier, like, doper mindset, cooler, more badass. They might offend you.
Yeah.
Versus this group is going to be like a little more feminine energy. To put it. No, I'm not putting you in that camp, brother. You know I have respect for you. But that's all I'm saying is that, like, and final point here with this, and then we'll get into Millionaire Mentor because I'm ranting right now. But what I appreciate is...
It's your show. Rant all you want.
Thank you, bro. What I appreciate is that, all right, like, I sent a text, all right, cool, like, best of luck to you, whatever. Now the conversation's over. So now she's saying, ugh, what a fucking asshole that guy was, right?
Yeah.
But her friends are like, because she's going to tell her friends. I know how girls operate.
Yeah.
She's going to talk to her friends. Yes. They're going to be like, Adam and his friends were amazing. Like, they treated us royally, treated us like queens. We had a good time. They didn't disrespect us. They paid for everything. They showed us South Beach. We had to do nothing. They were the epitome of gentlemen. So now she's like, well, I'm wondering if she's just reassessing her thought process, or if you hate someone so much, anyone that even is affiliated with them,
with the text message,
is it dismissed? It's all text.
Text messages can be construed and taken a little out of.
No, there was
context.
nothing to misconstrue here. She said, "So you fuck with Tate? I can't."
I can't. She said, "I can't what?"
She's like, "I just can't even deal with someone like you." I'm like, "All right, cool."
No, she didn't.
I swear to God,
I can't deal with someone like you.
Yeah, I just
word for word.
Yeah, like in essence.
Yeah.
Well,
she's like, I would
people
never.
see Tate
In essence,
and they
that
think,
was a word for word.
Well, they see
that's
Tate
what you-
and they see that, like, what you've seen of him. So immediately they're like, oh, you like that? Oh, I don't want to have anything to do with that. But then when you really reassess everything, then
Yeah,
she's
she must have sent that text out of.
like,
Or she was.
She should have
probably-
erased it.
She probably
Yeah.
snores anyway. So.
someone said that. Someone said in the
You know
comments.
what? That's probably what it was. It was, I believe in manifestation.
Let's hear some comments.
And affirmation. She was probably a snorer. I was going to leave in the middle of the night anyway. So, you know, your loss. Here's what I want to say, and I want to kind of tee it up to you with this, and this will be our final topic, and then we'll wrap up. You know, speaking of Tate, you know, the man must become, whether you agree with this guy or not, he popped onto the scene in the last year, 6 months, like wildfire.
Yeah.
But he's been doing that for 10 years.
Doing
meaning
what?
just being a badass dude, becoming...
No, but personal brand? Just started.
No, just what I'm saying is like, he was a kickboxer for 10 years. He was a 4-time world champion kickboxer. He's owned businesses. He's owned casinos. He's a badass dude. He didn't just like overnight, here's my personality. It's something that took time, is my point.
What businesses do you know?
He had a webcam business with a lot of women, a lot of money in that. And then he owns
He was a
casinos. Yes, he's admittedly a
Pretty much.
pimp. Yes, admittedly.
Wow.
But my point is that whatever he was doing, he could have been a salesman. I don't care. It took time for him to get to this point. In essence, what I'm saying is that men need to play the long game, right? Good things take time. Let me give you an example, and then I'm gonna explain how his situation. I met Jason 4 years ago. Okay, I was just starting content creation. You had already had 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers at this point. I had 0. Okay, it was a Bitcoin conference. My buddies are really big in the crypto space in Miami. And they're like, yo, come to the crypto conference, start doing interviews. I'm like, all right, bet. And I used to do stand-up comedy and I did sales and networking.
really?
So this stuff came natural to me. I'm like, give me a mic. Let's see what's going on here. And boom, all of a sudden I'm interviewing very famous people. First guy I interview is Ty Lopez. Hey, Ty, what's up? He's like, hey, who are you? I'm like, I'm about the guy that's about to interview. He's like, all right, let's go for it. Boom. Next thing you know, I see Jason Stone, Millionaire Mentor. I go, hey, what up, bro? Interview real quick. He's like, yeah, you were walking solo. Okay, this is a crazy story. We do the interview. He kills it. It was all money related stuff. Yo, thanks, bro. Let's keep in touch. So I go with my producer in the back. I go, dude, we just interviewed freaking Ty Lopez, massive, and this guy Jason Stone, Millionaire Mentor, massive. Let's hear the audio. He goes, yep, Ty Lopez, audio, awesome, amazing. Bad news for you. We didn't capture any of the audio of Jason Stone. I go, are you fucking kidding me? I go, I'm like upset. He goes, go interview him again. I go, I can't go up to this guy.
I hate when that happens.
And interview the guy again.
That's happened before?
And do you remember?
People ask me to do podcasts over again. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's
we're
crazy.
not doing it over again.
So I come up to him. I go,
Fucked
hey,
up.
we had some audio issues. Just real quick. Can we do real quick, just a little sound bite? He's like, I mean, what do you, real quick. I'm like, so no, I did the full-on interview again over with this guy. He's like, why are you asking me the same questions? I'm like, just go with it, bro. It's gonna be better this time. Whatever I told him. But the point is, that was 4+ years ago.
Yeah.
And I just started doing content. Now, fast forward, that was 2017, 2018.
Yeah, 17.
Now it's 2022, almost 2023. I've got my own show on Valuetainment. I co-host PBD Podcast. We're the #1 channel in the world for entrepreneurs.
Almost 100,000.
Okay, but the
Congrats.
point is, I had to start with 0 with mic issues, going up to a guy who I'm friends with now, being like, hey, you want to do an interview, buddy? Like, the point is, as a guy, you have to start somewhere.
Right.
You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
So everyone starts in that same capacity. And I always say that for a guy, like, you need to play the long game. You might be 18 now, you might be 21 now, you might be 25 now, but just imagine where you're going to be at 30, 35, 40. You're 42, right? So we're same age. Like, Tate's in his late 30s. Like, good things take time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the point to you is, you weren't always the millionaire mentor. You were a dude self-described in a trailer park in Ohio selling auto parts. I remember that. But his mindset is what I remember about the interview. He's like, it was very fundamental. First, you got to save. You got to have a budget. You have a game plan for your money. You got to spend less than you make. He was very fiscal conservative. I'm thinking, like, here's this dude, influencer guy, all this crazy. I'm thinking he's going to fucking tell me some crazy stuff. He's like, yeah, just spend less than you make and just, like, be smart with your money. I'm like, I like what this guy's got to say.
Very simple.
Very simple, yeah.
You know, playing the long game, you know, back to your story, like, what have you learned from going these humble beginnings to understanding these basic financial concepts to playing the long game to having this massive success now? We're about to throw a 10 million follower party for your Instagram. Like, what's your advice with that, playing the long game?
Right now, I think in business, everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses or the Stoneses. No.
Jason Stone over here, yeah.
People see, we didn't have social media back then. I wasn't competing with anybody but myself.
Yeah.
I didn't know about any other business in my business, but I had to go on Google and figure out my competition. So right now, people are seeing the lavish lifestyle and the jets and the yachts and the houses and the cars and the vacations. And it's so easy to fall into that, to try and do the same thing because you want to be seen. You want to create your personal brand. So people are spending so much more money than they make. They're not saving. Save that money. They're not saving for a rainy day. They're not having a padding in their bank account. They're living paycheck to paycheck. So that's the problem with most of the people on Instagram trying to build their personal brand and start a business, is they're spending their money too quickly. Or they're spending their money on lavish things or popping bottles and celebrating when they should be reinvesting that money back into their business.
We see that in Miami like crazy.
Yeah. Like reinvest, you got to reinvest for 5 to 10 years. It's the long game. You got to be patient. You can't be an overnight success just because you made some money. Oh, I closed the deal, made 20 grand. Oh, I'm going to go out and spend $5,000 on a table. Oh, no, are you fucking nuts? No, you don't spend, it's just an example, but like that's what people are doing now.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
especially in this, like, even our friend Tate says this. He's like, these crypto billionaires, these crypto millionaires, they're all going to lose it because they haven't gone through shit. They bought a Dogecoin at a penny and then it became a 2 pennies and they doubled their money, whatever it was. They didn't have to go through hard times and deal with some shit and, come from the trailer park or deal with situations. It's very important for a guy to have to go through some shit.
I went through
to appreciate success on the other side.
Building my first business. I went through shit for 10 years to build that business. Fortunate enough to be able to step away from it and rent itself like clockwork.
And by the way, a woman, you should want a man who's dealt with some shit.
Absolutely.
You're going to want a guy who's like, this isn't his first time dealing with some shit and now he's crying. It's like,
no, absolutely.
Baby, I've been here,
I've
done
called
that.
her crying before.
You what?
Called her crying before.
You have?
For problems in the past. Business problems.
And how'd that work out?
Lost some money trading. I don't know.
No, meaning like when he was calling you crying, like that doesn't happen often, I assume.
No, I felt bad.
No. This is way back in the day.
Went back home and, made him happy.
She touched me and told me words of affirmation.
She rubbed your butt again. Yeah.
No, I rubbed her butt.
Don't you? You can appreciate that your man's dealt with some shit.
Absolutely, yeah.
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 Why is that attractive?
Well, do you mean in business wise or just
exactly? Or just he's older than you. He's 11 years older than you. He's experienced life. He's had success. He's had failures. He's had issues. He's cried. All that.
But you keep saying that if only men go through that and girls don't go through that ever.
But all girls cry like crazy.
No,
girls go through emotional stuff like crazy.
We do have it easier.
Oh my gosh, for real.
We do have it way easier.
Yes.
But in order to make a certain amount of money or have X amount of success, is who you become as a person. You have to grow through things.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer your question, of course, I appreciate the fact that he's way older.
Chrissy, girls have it easier, but you know who has the easiest?
Who?
Pretty girls.
Oh, absolutely.
Pretty girls don't do shit.
I'm not even going to argue with
okay.
you.
For real.
Yeah.
I always say this.
Okay,
This might be my canceled moment. I say,
what if she's pretty? What if she's a 10?
Yes.
But she's a crazy Latina.
Join the fucking club. You think that will happen?
All crazy.
Oh my god! Yes, here
Still
for a
10.
good time, not a long time. But what I was gonna say is the hardest situation is to be a very unattractive woman, and I don't mean just on the outside, but also on the inside.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes when you're super unattractive, then you get spiteful and you get angry and you're like an ugly, bitter woman on the inside and the outside. Nobody wants anything to do with you. I know unattractive men in Miami. Physically unattractive,
and they're
who are the
amazing.
most fun, outgoing, confident,
And they get the girls.
successful guys I know. And they're like, popping bottles, baby.
No, yeah.
You can overcompensate for not being an attractive guy.
You gotta pick a struggle or a girl too.
Yeah, but if you're an ununattractive woman, it's no good.
Your personality better make up for it.
You
for
better,
sure.
yes.
Because I've had in high school, I've been with friends that fat girls.
Yeah.
But they're so fun to be with because of the personality.
Yes.
Like we were best friends in high school.
Yeah.
It's just because she was so dope. She was cool, and we got along, and we hung out.
Oh yeah, who is she?
Oh yeah, yeah. Who's your fucking friend, mother? Who's this fat girl friend of yours?
I'm kidding.
That's the spicy Latina that I wanted to see. All right, you guys, this has been a lot of fun.
That happens a lot.
This is we're at the end of the show here. Before we
Time
wrap
went
up, is there
by
anything that
fast.
you wanted to talk about?
No, I think.
How long has it been?
We're
We've been
good
going
to
for a
go.
couple
We're going
hours.
for an hour and
We have
40.
a few super chats if you want me to read.
Go read them fast. Fire
Okay,
away.
so we have
Fire off
the
some
super
questions.
chat. It says, in the beginning of time, women wanted the strongest, then they wanted the richest, now they want emotional, intelligent men. Some mix and match all three depending on their priorities. That was from Jose Gonzalez.
That's good because
Love that.
the feminine energy in men is all about emotional intelligence.
And did you Google at what age do men? What is it? What's the Google question?
Emotionally mature.
When you guys emotionally mature? At
42.
43.
43.
So you have one more
So
year.
you and I in the next couple of years, we got this
Come on,
thing.
Adam.
He's had me, so he already kind of mature at 40, but you have one more year.
So there's hope for me.
Oh,
There's hope.
absolutely.
Ladies, there's hope for this
There's
guy
hope.
out here to
Let's
figure
find
it out.
this guy a date.
You just can't snore.
I love
You
that Chrissy
got
keeps
it.
circling back to that. You know that we have met before.
Yeah.
Really?
I spoke at the Epic Talks event.
Oh,
I was
okay.
there with a girl. You guys met. We took a
Yep,
picture
I
together.
remember.
My ex-girlfriend at the time, where we met. But it's been years.
Yeah.
By the way, anything that happened pre-COVID and you haven't, it's like that happened 20 years ago or 3 years ago. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
What else we got?
And then I have this one about Tom Brady. Tom Brady can replace her 100 times over with a woman just as more attractive. Gisele will never find a man like Tom Brady, thanks to
I fully
hypergamy.
agree.
Probably.
Is that a
yeah.
girl? Was that a girl?
Exactly.
That was a gentleman.
Oh.
By the way, I don't think that's a crazy controversial comment.
No,
If you're
absolutely.
if we want to get the emotional side of it, of course.
No,
But
absolutely.
what's the reason that Tom Brady? Let's get real here. What's the reason that Tom Brady married Gisele? We can go multiple reasons. We could
hot.
say she's a good mother. She's a good person. She's fit. She's friendly. At the end of the day, you married her because she's a supermodel. She's
Yeah.
pretty. But now she's in her early to mid 40s. So
So,
That-
but you said it was her asking for a divorce, not
She's
him.
expired.
that's what's even crazier.
Oh, she expired.
My God.
I have 10 more years left to expire.
Jason, I don't want you. I said I had one goal here. I did not want these guys to get in a fight because of the show.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, I have my producer Eric over here. Is like, get him to get in a fight, bro. That'll be great.
Oh, man, I'm sure, yeah.
Sure. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I got too much respect for them. Nat, you good?
Yes. That
Okay.
We had some disagreements.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, we won't
Get into that.
we won't get into all that. Anyway, this is the part of the show where we call.
Make us fight.
This is where we
You
air
wanna
your
fight?
dirty laundry
See,
right
when,
here.
when we're doing too good for too long, we get bored. Like, oh, you want to fight? Yeah. Okay, let's fight.
I get that.
Some
Then the makeup sex
entertainment.
is probably incredible.
Amazing.
Listen, I need that meat. I need that money. And then the energy. And attention.
Start the fight.
I mean, we all understand the makeup. Makeup sex. It works out great. No, this is not the airing of the dirty laundry. This is what we call the happy ending, right? So this is where we get your final thoughts. Everything we discuss, you basically have an opportunity to look into a camera. Cristi, your camera's right here. Jason, your camera's right there. And a bunch of people watching you, and you could say anything you want. Talk about what you're up to. Talk about what you want to be known for. Talk about where people should find you. Whatever you want to say, this is your moment. Cristi, you can go first.
What I would like to tell the world is that you matter, that your story matters, and that you can do amazing, amazing things with your life if you are intentional. And just to be present. Life is very, very, very simple. And I feel like everyone overcomplicates it because they're always looking for the next thing. I'll be happy when, or when I find this, or when I get the next partner, the right partner, when I make this amount of money, when I get this car, instead of appreciating what you have right now. Just be grateful for what you have right now. I mean, if you're watching this, if you have internet, if you can walk, if you can talk, if you have people that love you, if you can breathe and eat and you're healthy, you are way more blessed than you know. And if you learn to be present and appreciate what you have right now, life is so easy for it to flow and for you to have everything come your way. But the second that you complicate, the second that you go against and you try to, please everybody else but yourself, that's when you start blocking your own blessings. So just stay true to yourself, share your story, and live life.
By the way, that was lovely. Who did part of her speech remind you of? Nat.
She's like, I don't
Patrick.
know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah.
Patrick says that all the
Patrick's
time.
message, yeah.
Listen, you have no idea how lucky you are. If you can walk, you can talk, you can speak, you can feel, you can touch.
Absolutely.
Like you have no idea how lucky you are. And sometimes, not to get too crazy, political, whatever, sometimes it takes an immigrant who has moved to America to say stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Because if you're, kind of what
Oh,
I
yeah, I
talked
come
about,
from-
if
I
you're
come from
born to
nothing.
money
Yeah.
or born to just, easy living you don't appreciate. But someone that comes from Lima, Peru, that was expected to clean houses at 5 years old, and said,
I was like, no,
I'm watching Nickelodeon. I'm busy over here. Or Patrick, who comes from Iran.
MTV, yeah,
exactly. So it takes sometimes a different perspective to appreciate that. So
a lot of people take it for granted. So
I
it's
agree.
just something to be grateful
for. All right,
for.
Jason, I got to tell you, she's the talker of the two. But this is your moment, brother. So go ahead, lay it on us.
Come on, Daddy.
Oh no, the pressure's on.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Whenever she says that,
it.
I get turned on. I'm like,
I know you do.
I'm like, Daddy, go for it.
Just kind of tangenting off what she said, like being present, being grateful. Most people, they worry about the past. They worry, and it causes depression, or they're worrying about the future, causes anxiety.
Correct.
So living in the present, in the now, people want to. The greatest, people are trying to figure out how to be happy. How do you be happy?
Yeah.
What is the key to success and be happy? It's just living in the present moment.
Happiness is a choice.
Yeah. It's just living in the now. If like we've gotten over arguments by just saying, just live in the present moment. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Don't worry about the future anxiety. Like she's always bringing up dirt from the past. I'm like, just live right now. I'm here with you right now. This is the once and only chance. We're never gonna get this moment back. Live right here, right now, and then everything's will go good. So
doesn't Jason kind of remind you of like Ryan Gosling in The Notebook?
Yes. Calm. Chill.
What do you want?
Yeah.
It's not that simple.
what do you want?
Kind of have that similar voice. I agree. We all definitely want happiness. But this is amazing. Where can they find you guys on social? Go ahead.
Millionaire_mentor is the business. Jason_Stone. Millmentor.com is the blog.
You can find me all over his social media. Christy__Stone.
__Stone.
Double underscore. You couldn't get to just the one underscore?
No, because he
situation?
deleted my first Instagram, so we had to get a new name. You never told the story. Millionaire Mentor started because we got robbed. But
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, we won't go there. We got to wrap up.
That's a whole other conversation.
That sounds like a whole
Level.
situation. But you talked about everyone just wants to be happy. I express gratitude. My mom, when I was a kid, she would make me say an affirmation every day.
I do that.
It was the most annoying thing ever because my mom told me what to say. I am a good Jewish boy. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my God.
say
I
that?
love me.
I would say these things. I'm just like, and I think at a certain age, I'm like, I'm done with the affirmation, okay? And then it circled back to, I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago when I was just figuring out life. My mom's like, do you still do your affirmation? I was like, yeah, of course, Mom. Of course I do.
Do
She's
you?
like, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to lie to my mom about this. And I said, yes, Mom, I do my affirmation. But now it's a different one. I say basically what I'm grateful for. I say how much I appreciate being alive. And I always say, like, I won't give you all the details because that's kind of my thing. But I say, all I want in this life is health, wealth, and happiness.
Absolutely.
That's the big three for me because I deal in the insurance business and financial business and estate planning. And I deal with old, wealthy people. And I'm like, do I want to be 80 and worth 100 million or do I want to be young and broke? I'm like, I'll take young and broke all day. Health, baby. Health is wealth. So I'm like, all right, I appreciate that. All right, cool. Health, wealth. My life has changed. I say this all the time. When I was 25, I was sleeping on friends' couches. By the time I was 35, I had NBA players staying in my house. So like, things can happen very quickly if you fucking figure it out. So wealth is big, but happiness is like this. What is happiness? It's like, is it a feeling? Is it a moment? Is it something you're great? And I went to this event called the International Day of Happiness. It was a big event. And they said that scientifically you can track happiness. Like if you buy clothes or buy material items, it's a sugar high. It's the exact same situation as eating candy, getting sugar high, and then an hour later you're done.
Yeah.
But they said that giving back and having a deeper sense of purpose and a deeper sense of meaning and consistently doing that, fulfilling that, it's the exact opposite of sugar high. It doesn't last an hour. It doesn't last a week. It lasts like for perpetuity. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, so happiness is having meaning and purpose in your life. So I'm constantly saying, I'm grateful for who I am. I love where I'm at. I'm focusing on my health, my wealth, my happiness. I have meaning and purpose in my life. And like everything that I do, boom, 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 boom. And good things happen. Manifestation to your initial point.
I love that.
So
It
anyway,
Nice final
very
touch.
true.
thank you, brother.
Health,
very
wealth,
true.
love, and happiness.
I like
wait.
it.
And a lot of meat.
Says,
That's where the love comes in.
thank you guys. We're wishing you guys a lot of health, wealth, and happiness.
And a lot of meat.
And a lot of, for you ladies, a lot of meat. And just for a lot of you gentlemen, be careful with your meat. And also be careful with your money. Save that money. We understand that. We'll see you guys
I love
next time.
that.
Thanks
Bye,
for watching.
guys.
Bye,
Soscast.
guys.
Thank you.
This was fun.
Right.